we're back for another episode of Tuning In with Montclair Project. We got a special one here for you today. I'm your boy Jay Wells. I'm here with my man Mixman Shawn. Shawn, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
And we got a special guest. Our very first guest. I have the honor and privilege to introduce my friend Adam. Adam, say hello.
What's going on? My name's Adam. I'm privileged to be the first guest on Montclair Project.
Damn right. Let's get it. So I want to open up because we have a central theme. We have a central theme of our main topic. And I had a quote for everybody that I found that's from Clint Eastwood. So I want to drop that in there and then kind of explain why we chose that topic before we dive into the conversation. So let me pull that quote up real quick and read it. So respect your efforts, respect yourself. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly under your belt, that's real power. So that's Clint Eastwood quote. I chose that quote for this topic because I really think that it's a nice blend of understanding the importance of respecting yourself and then other people. You know, when I hit you up and I said, "Hey, man, here's the list of topics and ideas and stuff we got," we kind of let Adam pick this one. So, why did this one jump out to you, bro?
I think respect is a huge thing between people, like from all walks of life. So for me, over the last few years, I've had a really rough time at previous locations. For those who don't know, I'm in the military. Previous location, I had a really rough time, and that's when respect really was put into the forefront of who I can put my respect into, who respects me, how I can visualize that respect between each other, what to do with that respect. So that's why when I'd seen the list that you sent, that was the first thing that popped in my mind because it's the most prevalent to me and the most important to me.
Yeah, it's like a very personal and kind of recent experiences kind of made it even stronger, huh?
Yeah, of course. And to go into it a little bit, I was going, as I said, a rough patch. My wife had a lot of health issues. My daughter had some health issues going on. And all that, I wore that burden on my shoulders. With that, it seemed like everyone kind of started turning their back on me and looking at me as like I'm trying to use that stuff as an excuse. There was only one person. Yeah, there was only one person who actually got to know me, got to know my mannerisms, got to know how I am, that got to realize that my face is just my face and the way I say things are just words and not meaning behind it. And that's when him and I started building that mutual respect and we really started getting the ball rolling. And by doing that, he showed everybody else that I am not what they portrayed me to be, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. No, there's a lot of times where you go through rough patches in life, and when those relationship aspects break down, it's pretty like evident. It's
Yeah.
pretty evident where people stand, and then you realize that the level of respect that they have for you. You
Yeah.
know, what are your thoughts on you guys both on the topic of respect? There's like a kind of a double thread, right? You know, when you go through experiences like you're describing and you find a person that's like, man, this person, we can really connect. And I see that they see more than just whatever the basic issue is or the generalizations. They're getting beyond it. So there's like a topic about this, the difference between personal and professional,
Yeah.
trust and respect and those kind of things. I feel like, for example, like in your profession, you can easily respect somebody for how they do a thing, right? Like I'm gonna right off the top respect a person that does their profession very well. Elon Musk, I like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, successful businessman, right? Mark Cuban, all successful, famous guys. Respect their ability to do that, but it doesn't mean that I respect them as people because I may not like some of the things that they do. I'm just using them as examples. But how do you think that trickles down to us in our, like our everyday life?
You can go ahead, Sean.
Um, Before I even get into it, um, you are our first guest, bro.
Yeah.
Uh, Make yourself at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get it.
And
Got a guest back here, my wife.
oh, welcome, welcome. Also, since we're on the topic of respect, I know both of you guys serve, so thank you for your service.
Well, thanks, bro.
And I've told Josh many times off the camera, this is, for the record, thank you for your
Yeah,
service.
my
Appreciate it.
man, appreciate you.
And
American flag emoji. Whoop whoop.
yeah, all day. Um, respect, bro. There's so many different angles to it, you know. Um, it's for me respect. I think it's definitely should be earned.
Mm,
Like it's not something that should be just given away, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Why is it like that? What are you talking about? Like at both levels, like in the personal and professional too?
no, I mean you have to like kind of like respect everybody, like,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're in a professional world, you know what I mean. When with somebody that's like really good at what they're doing, like I
Yeah.
would respect their opinion way more than somebody that is entry level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For
Um,
sure. So, Adam, your story about kind of going through all that and kind of having this be like a something that jumps out for you. How'd you get through it? I mean, beside the having that one person kind of help you, catapult your way out of it. You seems like you're doing well now. We work together, so I see you're all fired up and everything. And seems like it's like that part of that of your life is kind of a chapter you may have learned some lessons from. And yeah, if you want to elaborate a little bit, I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah. So that chapter of my life is by far closed and gone,
Mm,
but I definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot about personal resiliency, family bond, and just trying to keep a level head and understanding that bad situations don't last. So what I started doing is I started running a lot. I
mm,
was training for a marathon. I still do want to run a marathon, but I got to get back in it. I'm not trying to make any excuses for that because
mhm.
running is one of the hardest things to gain, but one of the easiest things to lose.
That's a
So
good point.
one of my goals when I moved here to California was to run a marathon in my time here. So I do want to run that. So I think I'm going to start with another 5K and start
Yeah.
building myself back up. So that was number one. And then I thought to myself, you know what? If I want to feel any type of pain,
Hmm.
I at least want to make a good pain. So that's what the running started. Then I wanted to challenge myself mentally. So I
Yeah.
started trying to teach myself how to produce music and music theory and stuff. So I started watching
Yeah.
YouTube videos. I bought a MIDI keyboard, which I have right here. I
Hmm.
downloaded programs on my computer. I started trying to challenge myself that way so I can kind of keep a balance between physical and mental. And then third thing I started doing is just stop giving a fuck, honestly. I, to keep it simple.
Yeah.
I
About the
I
issues or which
no, no,
which
no.
aspect?
About what people think,
Okay.
and these motherfuckers don't pay my bills. These people don't know anything about me. So
Yeah.
I started really honing in on myself, putting myself first, my family first, which they're always first,
Of
but
course.
even more so making it vocal, like, hey, I'm not doing that. My family it comes first. They
Hmm.
need me here. This can wait. And if they don't respect that, then they don't respect that. But
Yeah.
like we were saying, there's a personal respect and there's a professional respect. Unfortunately, in the career that we're in, we need to maintain a professional respect at all times.
True.
And we tote that line really finely because there's people that I fucking loathe personally. Honestly,
I've been there. I've been. Trust
there's
me.
people that I loathe personally, but they're in charge of me. So I have to try my best to put that fake face on and
Yeah.
respect them professionally. But I think that a lot of that, I'm not trying to take up too much of the talking points here,
No,
but
that's good.
I think a lot of that taught me personal accountability too. And it helped me mature and grow because if I have a mirror right here and I see a image of myself from 5 years ago, but a mental image. I
Hmm.
was extremely, I don't want to say immature, but like not emotionally intelligent, I would
Hmm.
say. So I learned a lot about emotional intelligence and that
Yeah.
helped me with the respect aspect. It helped me
Yeah.
with dealing with my own issues, dealing with issues of those around me, dealing
Hmm.
with my family.
Yeah. And when I'm listening to you say that, I even think back to this Clint Eastwood quote that I kind of opened up with about it's like when you go on that path and you realize that you know what it's more about me not like your point about not giving a fuck. That's that self-respect. Do I respect myself enough to like say, hey, these people don't control me. What
Yep.
they think and how they move is not going to be totally impactful on my daily thoughts and what I think about when I go home and when I wake up in the morning, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that idea of having that mirror is a good thing, man. It's a real good thing
And
for sure.
to add on really quickly, I think another thing that helped me out was moving here where I'm at. I'm
Mm,
in Los Angeles, California. beautiful weather. I'm coming from Banbury, England.
Yeah.
And if you've never been to England, it's usually gloomy. So I was kind of stuck in the house for 3 years with
Yeah.
no friends, nothing to do other than be alone with my thoughts and
Yeah.
my family, which wasn't really around because they were having their own issues.
Right.
So being here has kind of rejuvenated me.
It brought you guys together. You get a
Yes,
lot more time with your family, and that's good.
absolutely.
That's real good. Sean's been to England.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, I
Yeah, a
never
couple
been.
couple of times.
Do you like it over there?
Um, I had really high expectations of England
Yeah, it
because
kind of
I
lowered
seen it
really
in
quick, huh?
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like nah, when I came back to California, I was like, yeah, this is more me.
What part of England were you in?
I kind of went all over the place. Birmingham, London, like
Birmingham is a goddamn shithole.
yeah.
You
Um,
know,
a few other places. I have some family out there. But yeah, the weather wasn't friendly. I don't thrive in that weather.
Mm.
It reminded me of like Seattle, Portland weather, you know?
See, but at
mm.
least in Seattle in the summertime, it gets hot. In England, the summertime is like 60, 65 and overcast.
That's
Yeah.
sad. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
sunny weather guy myself. I
Yeah,
don't.
I love it.
I want to go to England for two things, and they're both nerdy. They're both nerdy as hell. And the first one is Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
J.R. Tolkien, the author's like the man, and the other one is another book series, of course, Harry Potter. You know?
Harry Potter.
If you do go over there and you want to see like Lord of the Rings type of
Yeah.
atmosphere, go to a place called the Cotswolds. So
Okay.
I lived right next to the Cotswolds, and it's a bunch of rolling hills. And every time we
Yeah.
would go over there, I'd be like, man, I really feel like I'm in the damn Shire right now. Every time we were driving through there.
Well, also, I kind of do want to check out like some of like the ancient like battlegrounds and shit that they had with
Yeah.
and the
It's
Roman sites and things
the
like
whole
that.
country, man. It's the whole
Yeah, yeah,
country.
like the Vikings and stuff that came over there to Scotland. I definitely would like to go to Scotland over England, that
Yeah.
side of the country.
Yeah, I went to Scotland too, saw a couple of
Yeah,
castles. I don't
hell
remember
yeah,
the names, but yeah, I saw some castles and stuff.
dude, that's so cool, man. I got to see one castle in my life, and that's it. And it was not, well, I guess two, because I also went to Disneyland.
The
No, but
happiest place on
yeah,
earth.
I would do.
Scotland, you go to Edinburgh or Glasgow,
Mm.
and those are the hubs there.
Okay, so another interesting thing about Adam, well, you're also a podcaster.
Yes,
That's why you
correct.
have that setup and all that gear.
Yeah, and
And
all my fancy toys behind me. This is actually my teepee,
is
and
it?
and all my ballerina stuff back here. It's
Oh, I
definitely not
bet.
my daughter's.
I bet,
All
bro.
mine.
So well, this is the dad set. This is the dad
Yeah,
set right now. It's the new season.
yeah,
The so the show Adam and Jack, you guys did sports talks primarily,
correct.
and then getting to know you. One of the things I noticed is that you're huge on soccer, or as the rest of the world calls it, football.
Yeah.
Was
Football.
that was that? Yes, Sean, you know about that out there in India. They love that stuff too.
I was a little
Cricket,
confused
though.
when I moved here.
Yeah.
Um, I knew this was a brand new game. I was like, but that's not football, bro. I was
So
like,
I
there's
was
no way.
because also your story goes through England at one point, and
Mhm.
so I know they love that sport out there. Was that were you into soccer as much before you got to England, or was England kind of the spark that lit the flame? I'm kind of
No,
curious about that.
so I was always into it. There was always a flame. There was always some fire there.
I'll
But
get it.
I would say England put some gasoline on that bitch
Oh hell yeah.
because I was ingrained in the culture there. It was always so dating back to when I was a little kid. I would wake up on a Saturday morning. I had TV and cable in my room. I was blessed.
Hmm.
Um, I would turn on the TV, Fox Soccer. That's the station, and it was always Series A, which, of those of you who don't know, it's Italian. So I would
Right.
always watch Milan, Juventus, AC Milan, and just all the Italian teams at the time. And then as I started growing and started getting more into the game, I realized that the EPL, English Premier League, was like the premier league. That's the
Hmm.
best league in the world. So I started following that. And then I fell in love with Manchester City. And
Right.
people are gonna laugh and be like, "Oh, you're a fake fan," because Manchester City used to suck. They were really bad. Then they got bought out. They got bought out by Saudi Prince, and
Oh, okay.
the
Dropping
team.
that oil money on it.
That's exactly what it is. So now they're one of if not the best team in the world. And I've been following them passionately since I was like 12, 13 years old.
Oh,
So
legit.
I'm 31 years old now. So
Yeah.
I've always had a love for soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. But moving to England definitely fanned that bitch and
And you
made it
got to go to like the games of the teams that you couldn't go to when you were in America, right?
exactly. So I only attended one soccer match over there.
But it had to be great.
It was awesome. It was
What
at
was your
Wembley.
experience like?
It's drunk. It was it
Cheers to that.
was it was Manchester City versus Sheffield United, the FA Cup semifinal last year. I was able to get tickets for pretty cheap. I went there. I was going alone, but I told a couple guys from work, like, "Hey, man, I'm going to this game. You want to come?" And they were like, "Fuck yeah!" So they got tickets. They were sitting away from me.
Mm.
Fortunately, there was open seats next to me, so they moved over to me. One little known fact about soccer in Europe, I don't know if it's all Europe or just England. You're not allowed to bring beer or food to your seats, and I think
What?
it's because yeah, they get rowdy, man. They get rowdy. I
The
think it's because
hooligans.
yeah, fucking hooligans. I think it's because they don't want you throwing it. So they had, I remember at Wembley, they had a deal, and I say this lightly, a deal. It was 4 beers for 22 pounds, which
Mm,
comes out to about like 25, $27. So
that's a deal.
four big beers, like for $25, right? So we weren't allowed to bring it to our seats, so I kept putting them in my pants. Like, and it was in a plastic cup too. It was a plastic cup. So I kept putting it in my pants and trying to walk back to my seat. I was able to get two to my seat. And then the 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 usher we're walking back and it's spilling in my pants and I'm like
Mm.
trying to maneuver it and he goes, "Hey, what do you got there?" I was like, nothing." He's like, "I feel like he said he was like, I feel like you got a beer in your pants." I was like, "No, I don't." He was like, "All right, pull your shirt up." I was like, "All right, man, you got me." He was like, "Drink it." And I was like, "All right." So I drank it and I was like, "Hey, man, you're really good at your fucking job, dude." And I just went back up and enjoyed the game.
Hell yeah. That's legit.
I was pissed. I was pissed off. Not pissed off, like pissed drunk.
Pissed drunk, man. See, that's
Yeah.
the English is stuck.
Yeah.
Pissed drunk,
Boss,
baby.
I
Pissed
have a
drunk,
little
mate.
request. Could you do the British accent, brother?
Who? Adam?
Adam.
I
So
can't.
so I would always do a condescending one. So
Even better.
they yeah, so they have these little things they like to say, these little, like, I would say, quirks about them. So they would use the phrases "oi,"
Mm.
"in it," "bruv."
In it? What is
Yeah,
in it? How do they use
Bruv.
in it?
like, "Isn't it?" Like, "Isn't it?"
Ah.
So I would be a condescending little prick to them. And every time they would say something, I would say, "Oi, bruv, in it jolly good." I would
Just
add
slam them all together.
I would add jolly good to the end of it
Oh
just
man.
to really rub it in.
I bet you they loved it because that's coming from a New Yorker too, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Yankees. Love it.
Yeah, they call us all Yankees.
That's too
Okay,
funny,
could you
man.
do the rest of the interview in a British accent, please?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just joking.
That would be hard. Yeah, just keep saying the same things over and over.
Oi,
And
in it, bruv,
then,
jolly good.
and then towards the end, we'll have them switch to like New York Italian.
Yeah, yeah. Go back, send it back. I love it. It's weird how some historians were saying, I guess the type of historians that study language. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I don't want to Google it either.
Linguistics or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those guys. Definitely them. Yep. I heard them talking in a on like a video of a lecture, and they're talking about how the New York accent is more likely to have been what the English accent was, like 400 or 500 years ago or less. Probably less, but hundreds of years ago in any case. And I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, how the hell did the English accent become what it became, but then New York stayed what it was?
we're the best.
Yeah, that's part of the Big Apple, baby.
Let's
That's
hear
good
it from
stuff, man.
New York.
Yeah, been everywhere, man. So that's dope. I had some New York questions. I definitely wanted to talk about with you as well because, I always love the stories that we get to meet lots of people from around the world, being military guys, and Sean's a well-traveled man as well. But we get to hear the great stories. I always love stories from the folks that I meet that are from New York because they're just unique. You're like, you got to have some good ones. So I'm definitely hearing what it's like first. But what was it like growing up in New York?
So I'm from Staten Island, New York. So one of
Hmm.
the I would say the forgotten borough.
Oh,
Mm.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it's funny you say that because I'm from the
Hmm.
same neighborhood as Wu-Tang Clan. So There's a few of them who are from Stapleton. That's where I'm from. And
Hmm.
there's a few of them from Park Hill, which is the neighborhood just next to that one. I was very fortunate because it's a pretty bad area. I was very fortunate to have good family to keep my head straight. I pretty much just played basketball in front of my house, had the occasional dude from down the street try to come up, yo, let me
Yeah.
get a shot. Like, bro, you're not touching my basketball, dude.
Can steal your basketball.
You're gonna steal that shit.
Throw it down the
Like,
street.
take your shot and get the fuck out of here, guy. So you're not getting it from me. I played basketball in front of my house. I would play video games. I would play base. I was a big baseball player. And growing up now and being a parent myself, I don't know how the hell my parents paid for all baseball because that's an
Mm.
expensive ass sport. But
Probably even more so in the city.
yeah, like just
Yeah.
a bat alone is $200-300 if you want a decent one. And we
Yeah.
use wood bat in New
Yeah.
York.
You had wood bat in Little League,
No. So once we got to like
high
12,
school.
because some kid in New Jersey got hit in the chest with a line drive and went to a coma.
Oh,
So after a
geez.
certain age, they made it just wood bat only,
Mm.
which I like the wood bat because it taught you how to swing properly. If you
Yeah.
fuck up,
Sounds better too.
Yeah.
if you
Hell
fuck
yeah.
up a swing, you hit it off the end or the hands, you're breaking that bat. You're out of $200.
Yep.
So it taught you how to swing properly. But the neighborhood I grew up in, Stapleton, um, looking back on it, there's a lot of people that I grew up with who are dead or in prison.
Hmm.
A lot of people who are still doing the same shit, standing on the corner, doing dumb shit, standing at the corner store. I haven't been back to New York since 2017. I really don't plan on going back because it's
Yeah.
not at this stage in life, it's not a conducive place for a family. I would go back for a Yankee game. I do want to go
Right.
back for a Yankee game because the military gets in for free.
Hey.
Yeah,
Bucket list. Let's go.
yeah. I miss my pizza. I miss my bacon, egg, and cheese. But growing up in New York was definitely fun. But moving away from New York, I would say was even better because when you're in that environment, you feel like you don't need anything else.
Mm.
In New York, you two being from cities, you can kind of relate to this. When you're in a city, you have everything you want at your fingertips.
Oh,
Any type
absolutely.
of any type of food you want, any type of activity you want. The minute you move away from there, you realize, you know what? There's so much more to the
Yeah.
world than this small patch of the globe.
Hmm.
So me personally, I've never been upstate New York. I've never been anything past the Bronx. I've never been to the mountains over there, nothing. It wasn't until I moved to Montana that I was really starting to experience, I don't want to say the world because Montana's not the world, but to me it seemed like the world. It
Right.
seemed like something completely different.
It's a
It's out
different
of this,
pace.
yeah, out of the city into the wilderness, into the, not very diverse, if you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's
So
all white out there,
yeah.
not just the snow.
No, not just the snow. But
Well, they do have like a lot of Native American community there too.
and they fucking hate us.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't they put the White House there?
Yeah, bro. They tried.
Yeah, the moving to Montana was great. I actually fell in love with Montana, but
That's a beautiful place.
New York will always be home.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Come up out there. So before we move off of New York stuff, I got a few other things for you.
Okay.
All right. So I know you're a hip hop fan,
Yeah, Nas,
and
#1.
number one, automatically, he already knew the question.
Nas.
Favorite New York rapper. Well, who else is on the list? So Nas is on the top, right? Why is Nas on the top? And then who else is in there? And but how did he become
So
number one?
so you want me to do? I'll do a top three. Do a
Yeah,
top three.
do a top three.
All right. So Nas is #1 for me because he's not only a lyricist, he's a storyteller.
Hmm.
He brings like that New York style rap to light. He never really veered off. The dude's like 40 something now,
Yeah.
still putting out albums, and he's letting his music speak for itself.
Hmm.
I know there's a big debate between him and Jay-Z. I personally don't like Jay-Z. I never really liked his music. I do
Hmm.
respect him as a businessman,
Yeah.
but if Jay-Z didn't have the business aspect to it, he would kind of be irrelevant.
You
Now
don't
that
like,
might be
yeah. You
that might
probably
be an
wouldn't put it.
unpopular, yeah, it might be an unpopular opinion, but he'd be irrelevant now. So I would say Nas is my #1.
Hmm.
#2 is Big L.
Big
I
L.
love it.
Yeah.
I love Big L. And #3, Biggie.
Yeah. Well, you have to. He's like the legend.
I
Sean,
gotta
you got to
show
get
you-
up.
No, I gotta show you something real quick since we're
Alright.
talking about Nas. One
All
second.
right, go ahead, grab that. Yeah, so I think that Nas is definitely one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
Sean and I both love New York rap, and Sean's actually, I think you met him before, right?
I just went to a Nas and Wu-Tang concert in Oakland.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
I was like, I was up front, bro, and I have never seen a concert like that.
They're awesome.
It was totally like way better than what I expected.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
like going to a versus, huh? I saw your
bro,
videos that you shared.
yeah, it was like Nas and Wu Tang, but when Busta Rhymes came on,
Yeah, Buster
Oh
Rhymes
yeah.
is the man.
it was like a different level of energy, bro.
What's your favorite Wu-Tang song?
Um, Cream,
Okay.
Hmm.
Cash rules everything around me. All that boom bap, bro. Like Ghostface Killer, bro.
Yeah, Ghostface is the man.
Uh, all of his stuff, and it was my first time like watching him perform like on stage. Because I never really listened to Ghostface Killer like that, but his stage presence was like next level. It was Busta
Yeah.
Rhymes, him, and then Method Man came on.
I met Method Man once. He's tall. He's pretty damn
Yeah.
tall.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like he got in like really good shape recently too. Like he
Yeah.
just changed his life. He's like, I guess
he's
I
got
gotta
one of
get
the
healthy or something. And now he's
he's
like
got one of the
fucking
best
ripped.
flows. Like
Yeah. He
you
does.
never miss it. Like every time you put Method on, it's his delivery is different. Like that's what you expect from an artist, you know?
The
Like
thing that's unique and special about Wu Tang is they are so good together
Yep.
and on features and things like that. All of them are good in their own right and in their standalone music, but not great in their standalone music because they didn't have a lot of hits individually. But as Wu Tang, I mean, they're worldwide.
They couldn't miss.
Yeah, they couldn't miss. And the Wu Tang Forever album it's literally forever. It would never go bad. It will be a hit for eternity as long as music is popular. I think that
When I
shit's
think of
dope.
Wu-Tang, I think of the song Triumph. That's my
Yep.
favorite song by them. And just hearing all everybody in that whole song at one point or another has like a fire bar. And it's
Yeah.
just the shit that they say is like kind of weird. Just even the first bar, I bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophy is like,
Yeah.
okay, I all right, let's hear the rest of it,
Yeah, exactly. Socrates had some good fucking philosophies, anyways.
Yeah.
the way they treat rap is like a sport too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everybody takes a turn. It's like a team. It's like a basketball
Hmm.
team,
And
and
they're
then
trying to kill it, like
whoever's
in
got the
general.
ball is just at it.
Yeah.
It's crazy you say that because going back to soccer real quick,
Hmm.
the club that I follow, Manchester City, they've been how they play has been compared to making music.
Mm.
So they say that when Manchester City's passing the ball around, it looks like how music would look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Ooh,
makes sense. And
That's
now
dope.
you're saying when Wu-Tang makes music, it's like they're playing a sport, a team game.
Yeah.
Or
The
yeah.
parallels.
yeah,
It's
And
36
they're the best
chambers.
at it. They're like the
Inception.
Warriors.
Yeah, I like
Ah,
yeah, that's true. The Warriors are awesome when it comes to that. Or they were. They're still pretty good. The Wu-Tang 36 chambers, I think I like that one. And then because I like the songs that they do that have like the Chinese kung fu films.
oh yeah,
Everybody's like tiger style. It's like,
Yeah.
Shaolin.
oh, it's like, come on now, let's
That
go.
Shaolin is the
Clan, there
nickname
ain't nothing to
to
fuck
Staten
with.
Island.
Yeah,
That's why they say Shaolin.
and that's dope. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
definitely like the logo too. It's like got the W, but it also has like it has that look to it, like that kung fu look to it. You know what I mean?
The
It is,
Chappelle show, the racial jab. Woo,
yeah.
Woo,
They were brilliant with that though. Like the whole thing, like they built an idea and a concept. So I feel like as a group, they're probably the most long-lasting and influential group that came out of there.
and
Um,
bro, what's crazy too is New York doesn't have a big Asian like culture to it either. And they made it work. Like the
yeah,
culture, the Asian culture is here in the West Coast. The East Coast is all like European, Italian,
yeah,
like Irish. And they kind of went against the grain, so to
yeah.
say, especially
True.
especially in a time that was really racially divided.
Yeah,
I would say we're pretty racially divided now, but back then even more so, I would say.
yeah. I think it's very polar. Like, I don't think the type of polarity that we have now versus then is the same, because I just feel like it's extremes. You know, like there's a lot more integration now than there ever was.
Yeah.
But the like the extremes that people bring up and stuff are heightened because the access. Like you can come on and mic like the three of us, we're just regular ass dudes, but we have the power of this
Hey,
communication to get out here
my
and
bad,
make a
bro.
message. Send it.
You know how you were saying we're just regular dudes?
Yeah.
I just had a crazy thought. You know how the podcast is the Joe Rogan Experience,
Yeah, yeah.
and he got his little thing in the back. I should say Joe Average Experience.
Regular dude.
Yeah, regular ass dude experience. Average Joe experience. I like it. No, there's a
Joe
bit,
Average.
I think that plays a part in it. But like the integration piece is it's higher than ever before. People are it's just they get crazy on this stuff because there's so much access to information
Yeah.
at a moment's notice, and like a lot of it's bullshit too because you have all this like the AI stuff is cool. You guys know I fuck with it, but it's also very scary because like basically with just this conversation up to this point, they can clone me and make a fucking robot version of me right now.
Dude, the one song that
Yeah.
the AI song that they made of Drake, I thought that was actually Drake for the longest until I read that no, that's AI.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. It's
Yo,
dope as hell.
it's really good. It's really good.
It's dope as hell, but
It
at
is
the
fucking
same time,
nuts.
it's like it is kind of scary. But I love New York rap. I mean, it's really hard. Probably all of my favorite rappers are from there.
Yeah.
And then just like I love rap music and I love hip hop and I even love jazz music and jazz music heavily influenced from New York City as well.
I
Just
love
originally,
reggae personally.
yeah, I love reggae as well.
You
Well,
know what?
I don't.
New York has a crazy reggae scene.
I'm
Like,
just gonna go ahead and say I don't love reggae, but I do love Bob Marley a
Oh,
lot. Like it's ridiculous.
bro, in my kitchen right now, I have two big pictures of Bob Marley, and on the
Yeah,
steps right here, you can't see it.
yeah,
I have a picture of all his sheet music, and in the
yeah.
middle it says, "One good thing about music: when it hits you, feel no pain." And my
Oh
wife
yeah.
has a Bob Marley tattoo. We love Bob Marley in this
Oh
house.
yeah. Oh, Bob and
it's
his
awesome.
kids. So his most talented kid, in my opinion, is Stephen Marley.
Oh yeah, he's the
He's
best.
fire.
I
And
would
then
I would say he's better
Damien,
than his dad.
he sounds like his dad, but cleaner. He's got a better vocal power. And then he's a genius. He doesn't get a lot of credit because
But
he produced a lot of music.
with the vocal power and stuff, do you think that's just he's making music in 2024.
Of
The,
course.
the access to technology we have now, I would think Bob Marley would probably sound just as good these days if he were still making well, if he were the same age and making music.
Potentially, but even live, I haven't seen him live perform, but I watched the live performances, and he's phenomenal, dude. He's like, it's like, is that Bob? Oh shit, no,
I seen him in Montana when for
yeah.
Revolution. He was opening up for
And
Revolution.
so he lifted his brother up. Damian Marley is very popular. He had his Jam Rock album come out in the early 2000s, killing it. That song was he did a great song with Nas actually
Yep.
on there, really good on that album as well.
Road to
But
Zion.
yeah, that was dope. And a lot of the singing vocals on that album though are Steven, and Steven did that production for
Yep.
the whole album. So, it's like Damien's the talent for the rap, and he has that. He's actually really good. They're both really good at like speaking and coming up with ideas, just like their dad was. But yeah, I think everybody has their flaws though. As much as I really enjoyed Bob Marley, and he was an inspiration for me to play guitar and sing and do all that stuff too. Everybody has their flaws, so like nobody's perfect, and that's what makes this story interesting as well. Had to fix my seat. The the struggles that he had with his divided family. He had a white dad, and then he tried to like go meet his white family. Have you ever heard this story?
I haven't heard this one though.
Yeah, so he like crossed the island. So his dad was like a captain of some kind of the ship or something, and he'd come across the island and ended up, getting with his mom, and they had the baby. But he would
Hell
go
yeah.
back. He'd leave town. He on his, he'd take his mule back out of town. He's like, I'm out of here. Screw this jungle. Kick rocks. And he'd go back to the other side of town with his white family. And so then Bob Marley grew up. At some point, tried to go meet his white family, his relatives, and they kind of rejected him. So the song, "The Stone That the Builders Refused," will be the head cornerstone. He's talking about, okay, you don't want me, be part of your family, even though I am. You reject me. I'm gonna build myself up. And look at his family now.
Yep.
So he, on his own, said, I don't need you. So come back even to our main theme of respect. I'm your blood and you can't respect me. Well, I will show you who the fucking real Marley is. You know what I mean? And it's a pretty cool story. There was a really good documentary of him on Netflix if you get a chance to watch it. I don't remember the title, but yeah, his story is fire and it really inspires me. But New York music, man, there's a lot of
I
connections there.
Oh yeah, like I'm very fortunate to have grown up in that place. There's so many influences. I would say for music, I'm really diverse in it.
Hmm.
I love hip hop. I love reggae. I love R&B. I love some not sexual, sensual music. Sexual
Yeah,
music
yeah.
at certain times of the night, you know what I'm saying, in certain place. But um, I like all different types of music, and I think that just depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So, you can just go through. I'll be walking right, and I'll have my phone on a shuffle, and it'll go from like Suicide Boys to fucking like Kid Cudi, who I love. I love Kid Cudi. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
To like I don't know, Sam Smith or just something else. It's
Yeah.
just music is another outlet that I always had to like keep me level, keep me sane.
Yeah, I think that's also something that I think I hope to see you carry on is you got something there, for the time that you showed me some of the creations that you've been working on. Pretty cool to hear how you got into it. I definitely would encourage you to just keep going for it. Obviously, Sean has done a lot. He gets a lot. Sean, you get a lot of love over in overseas community with your plays, huh? What's really cool is it's hard to hear his. It's hard to, as a English speaking folks, to like hear the music and you don't really know what's going on, but you can hear like the quality of the music and the production and everything. So I always get down with that.
It's not
And
easy.
when we were kids, we were just real curious, and we had the most basic of stuff. Like we were recording vocals on a percussion mic. It was terrible.
Yeah, well,
It's terrible.
Humble
But
beginnings. That's what that
yeah,
is.
yeah, you just have fun with it and just keep going.
yeah, we remember when we bootlegged Fruity Loops in school?
Oh
That's
hell yeah!
when we first started messing around with
Everything
it.
that
Yeah,
stuff's still out
that
there.
thing opened up a whole world.
Yeah, it's fun. It just brings you together, and then, like you said, if music is your thing, and then you get to make your own, it's like a way to express yourself. It's a way to, get that energy out of your system. And if you're inspired about something, you can kind of like put it to the universe in a creative way.
Yeah. So to backtrack a little bit, that song I showed you
Mm-hmm.
was I made that in a really bad time,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my wife, when she was going through her health issues, she was in the States at a hospital for 6 months.
yeah,
So I was pretty much in England with my daughter by ourselves, no support system around, and I used that to kind of fill a missing hole
yeah.
or tell the story of what my wife's going through.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really show many people it because it's in my mind it's not good because it when I hear it it doesn't sound like what you hear on the radio
Right, right.
production wise, but that's because I did it all. I did it all
Yeah.
by myself. So in that sense, yes, I do think it is good, the meaning behind it, but I know that it could be better. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
really show people, but if I really like put my mind to it and I use it as like that like hole filling that pothole
Yeah.
filling thing, then I think I can do pretty well with it.
Yeah, and even if you just do it for that purpose,
Yeah, like a
like
therapeutic thing.
yeah, like I'm just going through it. I mean, hell, I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Sean sat on this idea of Mark Claire project forever and never did anything with it. I mean, 20 years. And then like, 4 years ago, it was like, yeah, fuck it, let's make a song. And we put it out there and then the pandemic happened. So it's like, it's just we decided to do that. But I mean, he's made a lot of songs and put them out there, but Sean, how many do you have that you haven't released?
Oh, in thousands.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same thing. So the creative people are like that, and that's just a natural thing. And then some of it is like vulnerable, right? So if I put the vulnerable side of me out there in the universe, it's open to criticism, and that shit sucks. And
Yeah,
we're talking about respect
yeah.
today. People on the internet are absolutely not
Ruthless.
respectful.
They're ruthless.
They don't give a fuck about nothing. They're the most savage bastards of all time, dude.
The
Well, fuck them.
people on the
Yeah,
internet, bro.
exactly.
Everybody on the internet is from New York.
Yeah, they are.
Sean,
No,
what was your experience about traveling to New York?
New York. It was fast, bro.
Yeah.
People were just going somewhere and they
Yeah.
were late. You know what I mean? They're just like, hey, gabagoo, you know what I mean? Like, just forget about it.
Hey.
It
All
was
the
a lot going
stereotype.
on, bro. It was, and there's crazy buildings. I got on the Brooklyn Bridge just
Yeah.
to see, and then I just came back, bro. I made a U-turn. It's not that far. It's
Oh,
like,
you drove?
yeah, I drove.
Oh,
No,
damn.
I got a rental once I got to New York, just
You
for a
got
little
you got
bit.
balls.
Yeah, I wanted to go, a few different places, but yeah, that traffic. But New York, New York. I loved seeing the Statue of Liberty and stuff like that. I even
Yeah.
seen the World Trade Center, bro.
Mm.
I was in that building on the
Mm.
top floor like 1 month before it fell.
Mm.
My aunt actually worked in that building, and I don't remember which one it was, but she worked on like the 80 something floor, and she was laid
Dang.
off a week before 9/11.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
I
God
seen it
just
happen
puts
from my
you.
school.
That's crazy.
I seen it happen from my school because my school at the time was on top of a hill in Staten Island that overlooked the Hudson River. And I seen
Yeah.
that shit happen. I was in third grade.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I didn't
fucking
think anything
traumatic.
of it. I didn't think anything of it back then. I was a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was it's I'm sure different experience for different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like well, it definitely changed the world. That's for sure.
Yeah, the world was different. Like
Uh,
the second day, bro.
Yep.
you want to know something crazy? Another crazy thing about New York is I imagine I wasn't in 9/11, but I imagine being over there, what would be going on. And
Hmm.
thinking back on New York now, it is like one of the most quietest places on earth. Like you can, it's weird to say, but you can walk down the street there, right? And you can hear absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's because everybody has like their headphones on. They're just in their own world.
Hmm.
It's like a metaphorical ghost town kind of. Like there's really so much going on, but if you were to just close your eyes and stand there, there's nothing going on.
Damn,
It's
that's a
nuts.
pretty interesting thought.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro.
Hmm. That's an interesting thought because you don't think of it that way. You think of the cars and the horns going off, people fucking making noise, parking, and
Yeah,
fucking
you'll hear some cars, but I
loading
imagine now
trucks, and
there's a lot of electric cars now, so you might not even hear them. But
yeah, that would be crazy.
it's a quiet place, man. It really is a quiet place.
When I was studying for my law enforcement um, degree, I was reading about how policing started in the United States, and they talk about New York City a lot, and they talk about like how the policing was going on there. So, and you say that, I think back like how it has changed throughout the years, back when it was just like dirt roads and they
Yeah.
had horses and wagons and shit. Like if somebody died in the street in the winter, they said they would just be buried in snow and
Get 'em
ice and packed in, and when it melted, they would find them and they'd clean it up. It's like what?
Yeah.
That's insane. Because even back then, before they started figuring out paved roads and all that stuff, it was like still crowded. And I mean, it was the main entrance to the United States of America on the East Coast, at least, and pretty much for the majority of our time we've had a country.
I've
That's
never
pretty neat, man.
I've never been to the Statue of Liberty either, or Ellis Island.
Yeah, because you're just there. I like me. I grew up in the Bay Area. I never been to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
That's like people from LA. They don't even care about the Hollywood sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like whatever.
Exactly.
Fuck that thing.
Yeah.
I've been there twice so far since I got here.
Yeah. But we're older too, though. Like when you're a kid, some of that stuff's just whatever. You don't
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
it.
I was mad young, and then that's where your family takes you.
Yeah, yeah,
You go to New
exactly.
York, let's show you the statue.
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
Liberty.
Did, did you see the
I'm
bull?
nerd, so I want to see all that shit. I want
Did
to
you
go
see the
on.
bull on Wall Street?
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw the bull.
Hell yeah. I want to
Yeah,
take
I
a
go take a
might, I,
picture.
I
picture.
Gotta go
might,
take a
I might
picture with
have a
his nuts.
picture. I might have a picture about the bull.
Gotta go take a picture with the bull's nuts.
Yeah, there you go. Big ones. So what got you out of New York, man? What made you say, let me get out of here, let me do this military thing and take a ride?
I was heavily influenced by my cousin who's in the Navy. He's a seaman.
You had to
He's a
really
couple.
say that derogatory. He's a
Yeah,
seaman.
he's a couple years away from retirement. He actually just made E7.
Oh,
So
hell yeah. He's a chief
yep,
now. Let's
yep,
go.
he just made it. He is stationed in South Carolina.
Dope.
He's like the older version of me. He's 10 years older. So
Yeah.
I don't have a brother, but he's like my brother. My mom and his mom look exactly alike.
Hmm.
And his mom passed away 6 months after I was born, so I never really got to meet her. But I was heavily influenced by him funny story about him. I was in the debt program with the
Mm,
recruiter on Staten Island,
yeah.
and he had just came back from Spain, my cousin, on a quote unquote Navy deployment. And we're walking through a park at night. And in New York, I don't know if it's the same here in California. You can't walk through parks past a certain time. So
Huh. I don't
we're
know if
walking
that's true or not out
in New
here.
York. In New York is definitely true. We're walking through
Yeah.
a park.
After sunset in California, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing.
Oh
So we're
well,
walking through a park.
I broke that fucking rule a lot.
Yeah, evidently I did too. So we're walking, right? It's dark out. We're just bullshitting, talking shit. Then some cops pull up on us. And
Mm.
they're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" We're like, "We're just walking." And they start shining a light in our face. They're like, "You guys smoking weed?" We're like, "No, the fuck." So he's like, you guys can't be over here. This is and there's a guy in Staten Island this time. They were calling him the Ninja Burglar. So
The
he would,
ninja burglar. I'm gonna
bro,
look
he
this
would
dude
he
up.
would he would literally dress up in a ninja costume, break into houses, and steal shit. Look him up. He was called the Ninja Burglar. Staten
Was he
Island.
playing Wu Tang at the same time?
He had throwing stars and everything, bro. So um, they said that,
I
they were
love
like,
it.
yeah, this is the Ninja Burglar's MO to stake out house. Like, bro, I'm in fucking basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and my cousin is in the same shit. And they're like, all right, let me see your guys' ID. So I was like 17 years old and I had my ID.
Yeah.
And my wallet wasn't a priority at this time in my life. I
Hmm.
had no fucking money. I had no reason to carry ID. I wasn't buying alcohol. So I left that shit at home. My cousin pulls his ID out, the fucking golden ticket, the military cat card,
Oh yeah.
He shows it to them. They're like, all right, you get a pass, but you're getting a citation. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get a citation. I had to go appear in court. I got 6 months of suspended probation.
Oh, fun.
Pretty much like if I got in trouble again, then they would both like the thing
Yeah.
the ninja burglar thing
Hmm.
and the next thing would be both I would be found guilty of both.
Right.
So I had to
Oh,
tell my
so they
recruiter,
would come back for you on that other one.
yeah, which is
I got you.
bullshit. So
Yeah,
I
it
had to
is
tell my
bullshit.
recruiter, I had to tell my recruiter. My recruiter's like, I fuck it, I don't want to work with you anymore. So I got kicked away from them. But my cousin
Jeez.
at the time was a Navy recruiter in Harlem. So
Mm,
he talked to the recruiter in his office. He had me skip the line,
sweet.
and knowing the Air Force, for anybody that's in the military, the Air Force is usually the most desirable branch. It always has the longest waiting
I
list and
mean,
everything.
it's the best. What can you
It
say?
is the best. So I got to skip the line by months. I'm talking months, maybe up to a year. And I got into the Air Force. So that's what got me out of New York. I'm happy I took that route. I do miss New
Yeah.
York at times, but I'm happy I took that route. I'm happy I got to see some of the world, meet a lot of
Yeah.
the people I've met.
So far, from what I remember, Montana, England. Didn't you do Korea as well?
Yeah, it was Montana,
South
South
Korea.
Korea, England, and here.
So that was the order. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Nice.
That's a journey right here.
Yeah.
Now, big time in LA.
Oh yeah.
It's a different beast. It's
Some would say I'm big timing out here.
hell yeah. Why not?
I might splurge on a double every now and again.
Yeah, definitely. Those are fire. Hmm.
Luxurious.
What's the I guess they don't really have a what's the number one like fast food? Because the South be fighting you over. They be fighting California over this In and Out versus Whataburger shit,
Yeah.
and kind of like the
No,
Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes.
that doesn't even compare.
Does the East Coast even have what is it? Five Guys? That's like Philly or something, right?
No, we got five guys in New York,
Yeah,
but New York is not really prideful on their
they got too much other
fast
shit
food.
going on, right?
They're prideful on their pizza.
Yeah,
Like
no doubt.
that's where it's at. The
Yep.
pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza and bagels.
Oh yeah, some cream cheese bagel, dude.
Yeah.
I'd put my life on that.
How's New York about their coffee?
Oh, their coffee. You want to know about that?
Yeah, yeah.
So, coffee's a big deal in New York.
It's
It's
a big
pretty.
deal to you too. We'll talk about that.
It's a big deal to me too. So I didn't when I lived there, I didn't really drink coffee because I wasn't I was 18,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I
not
didn't get
many
into it till I was like almost 30.
yeah, not many 18-year-olds are drinking coffee, but like going to the corner store with my parents and they would always get that New York cup and it's hard to what the fuck did it look like? It was like a blue cup with like buildings on it and shit. It's like a
Ah,
styrofoam cup. Yeah, so they would always get that, and then my dad would put all the sugar in it, and he'd flip it upside down to mix it up. And dude, yeah,
that's legit.
coffee's a big deal there, and it's like
I
50
remember that.
cents, maybe 25 cents.
Hell
So
yeah. Just letting it rip.
That's unheard of, bro. It's like
Yeah,
five dollars at
and
least.
there was always a cat by the coffee machine or something too
Yeah.
in the corner stores. There was always a cat on the bread, cat on the coffee machine.
Hell yeah. So coffee, we'll
Yep.
segue into this is your next adventure in life. You're building up a coffee brand and you're going to try to get this thing online here pretty soon, right?
I am.
How'd you
I'm waiting
how'd
for
you
a
get into
local
this, man?
I'm waiting for a local artist to
Yeah.
give me the
You
logos.
know, artists are slow and they're so weird.
He might go crazy and cut his ear off. So
Yeah.
so what Josh is talking about here is I'm my next endeavor in life, my next challenge. I wanted to start a little business. So I wanted to just see what get my feet in the water. So I started starting a coffee shipping business, like ship coffee beans, ship coffee grounds. And the name of it is Coffee, Cawfee, how they
Yeah.
would say it in New York. Um,
Coffee.
yeah, coffee. So
Hey.
Josh has actually helped me out with the logo. He gave me some
That'd be cool.
prototypes. He's putting the finishing touches on it. So I don't really have a rhyme or a reason as to why I started it too heavily. It's just something I wanted to challenge myself with.
Mm,
And when I lived in England, I said when I moved here, I wanted a new challenge. And that
mm.
was it. And here is the perfect place for it because you got Los Angeles
Yep.
and perfect place to choose like coffee beans and product, right? You got
Yeah.
Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento,
Yep.
San Diego, Seattle, Denver, uh, Vegas, Salt Lake City, and these are
These
all like
major airports
yeah,
and
Portland.
seaports and stuff.
These are major hubs of like hipsters and coffee drinkers and all these people.
Damn it.
You know,
Yep.
so so
Hell yeah.
that's I wanted to do that. I wanted to challenge myself that, and I said to myself when I started this, I want to give back to somebody, give back to something. So when I do launch it, maybe for the first 1 or 2 months, half of all the money I make, whether that be $6, $60, $100, $200, whatever it may be, I'm giving half of it to a charity. I don't know which one yet. I'm thinking like something for military spouses.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because I have a friend who passed away a couple years
Mm-hmm.
ago. His name was Tech Sergeant Nevin Tosches. Good
Mm.
friend of mine, great friend. More of a brother. He was a huge mentor of mine. I always looked up to him. How I am in the military now is a lot of reason because of him. He
Yeah.
kind of took me under his wing, and he passed away in 2021 of COVID complications.
Damn.
He got double lung pneumonia. He was 31 years old. I
Sheesh.
actually wear a bracelet on my wrist since then, every
Mm.
single day with his name on it.
That's
So
terrible.
I wanted to do something for spouses because I see everything that spouses go through, not just of living service members, but of service members who have passed on,
Yeah.
and the burden that
The
they're left with.
survivors.
Yep, the burden that they're left with of losing their spouse, and then the burden of having to continue to raise their family and keep going with their life.
Yeah.
So, whatever, however much money I make, doesn't matter how much it is, I'm gonna donate it
No, that's pretty cool.
because I'm
Gives
not doing
you,
this for money.
yeah, it gives you something to focus your energy on, give back to something that's important to you.
Yes.
Well, when you get ready to launch, man, you definitely have to come back on here and tell us more about your game plan, what things are looking like, and
I want a bag of coffee.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, we want to try it.
When it launches, I'll let you guys know. And
Yeah,
Hey,
we want
I
to
have a
sport that, man.
total random thing since we're on the topic of
Yeah.
coffee. I seen something that came up on my feed. Is it true like they feed man coffee beans to certain animals and they wait for them to come out and then have you heard something like that?
Oh,
I
I've
haven't heard.
seen that. So there is a type of coffee that's literally some kind of fucking animal shit. Like it
So yeah,
ferments.
they
When they
say they
eat the bean, it ferments, and then it becomes like this powerful coffee or whatever. Oh man,
yeah,
I'll have to look it up. Let me
it
see.
was a
Jaime, look
pig
that up. All
or
right.
cows. Jaime.
JB, look that up.
Hold up. We call him Jaime on this show.
Oh, Jaime,
We
look it
can't
up.
afford a full Jamie, so we just got a Jaime.
I, I
That
have a
might be
friend named
racist.
Jaime
I
too.
don't know. I got
One of
help
my
over
best
here.
friends, Jaime.
I know a couple Jaimes. Let's see.
Jaime, you're fucking fired.
What
It
would I
says
even
copyright.
type this in? Coffee, shit. I'm gonna type this in the stupidest way. Shit coffee.
Or like the elephants or
Coffee.
something. Like they
Yeah,
feed
so
them.
dung coffee from an elephant. Let's see what pops up.
Like why do they do that,
They
man?
call it Black Ivory Coffee. It's a brand of coffee produced by the Black Ivory Coffee Company. In Thailand, it's an Arabica. I don't know if that's the right way. Coffee bean consumed by elephants and collected from their waste. The taste of the black ivory coffee is influenced by elephants' digestive enzymes, which breaks down the coffee's protein.
It's
Yeah.
influenced by shit.
I bet it tastes shitty.
It reminds me of Ace Ventura when nature calls the fucking the bowls they were making.
Oh my God. That movie was on the other day, and it was literally the part where he's crawling out of the elephant or rhino's ass or whatever. It's so bad. Ace Ventura. What a fucking concept. They say, what is
Do you have
elephant
a
coffee?
cup of that coffee? If I made you a cup of that coffee,
No, bro.
I
Hell
try it.
no.
I try it.
You would try it?
I
You're a
don't think
wild
if
man.
somebody told me like the journey of this bean,
Yeah.
I don't want to have that.
Apparently, it's the most expensive coffee, too. See, the dung beans are filtered and processed. This is from the Times of India. See? The coffee
Why is it
beans.
always that part of the world that does the
Yeah,
most?
what's up with India, Sean? What's up with that, man? You got to answer for this. The coffee beans are crushed to perfection, delightful unroasted beans with a chocolatey notes. I'm sure it's
Oh, chocolate, yeah.
earthy and nutty flavors.
They're
Yeah,
using these
definitely.
animals as like a fucking processing machine, you know?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
that's true. That's so weird, man. It's so weird. What do they call it? So black ivory is another name for it. We're going down the hole here. Okay. In any case,
So, how many different types of coffees are you gonna have?
I'm shooting for three different ones. They're actually coming from Temecula, here,
oh, that's right down the
Nice.
like not,
street.
yeah, not too far from here. I'm shooting for three. There might be more. I gotta do some more finagling of the website, but I'll really get into the nitty gritty of it once I launch it.
Yeah,
But I want to have three different ones.
that'd be cool.
Would you do a decaf too, or
I don't know if that's an option. I'm not too sure. If it is an option, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Um, I just need like a clientele for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna pay for it and not be able to sell it if that makes sense.
makes
yeah,
perfect sense.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the
it
supply and
should.
demand, the basics.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I think, what's the fucking point of decaf?
yeah. It's like a non-alcoholic beer.
It's
Just
like
drink
drinking
ginger ale.
O'Doul's.
Yeah, just drink ginger ale at that point.
Is there people that like have a problems with maybe they have problems with caffeine? But
So I have a bag of decaf. It's unopened.
Okay.
I thought you were like about to tell me, like, yeah, sometimes I
No,
just can't.
it's
No,
it's
he's like,
it's
nah,
there, and I'm like, yo,
touched
one
it.
day I'm gonna have this, but
No, you're
that
not.
day, that day it hasn't came. I
It's
just
for
get my regular
you
coffee.
might just feed it to the elephants, bro.
For
Maybe
real,
people
no.
just don't like the way caffeine hits their body too. Like
Yeah.
it makes you have to use the bathroom sometimes. It might give
Hmm.
some people like the extreme jitters. I
Yeah.
think that's the caffeine in coffee. So maybe they just don't like that. Maybe they just want the taste of it.
Yeah. Caffeine's a hell of a drug.
It is. It really is a drug.
It's a fucking powerful. I love it. It's
Me too.
but so the other day, admittedly, I overdid it. I had 4 cups of coffee that were like full size.
How many energy drinks did you have that day?
0. So
Oh,
Sheesh.
this is we're recording this on a Thursday. All week I haven't had one. I had one on Sunday. That was my last one. It was
all right.
just because I had
So
it left over.
you know what? I'll join you in this endeavor.
It's not easy.
I won't have any more energy drinks.
I'm gonna try to go all of April. So essentially, I have not had one in April. If you think of it
I
that
had
way.
one today. I had one today.
All right, so you're behind the curve.
I-
But
I'm 6 hours sober.
yeah, 6 hours sober. I have a problem with energy drinks. I literally was thinking about this today. I was driving past the gym on my way home, and I'm like thinking about it. I was thinking about it so much. I was like licking my lips. I'm like, I
Ghost.
can taste it. I could, I'm like,
Monster.
why? And I was like having this same conversation like in my head. I'm like, why do I like these things so much? I was like, I wish I had some money to go buy one right now. I'll just go pull up right now. I just jump out and buy me one. Say, hey, you want a monster? Hell yeah, I'll take a monster.
Bro, you know who has a fucking problem with energy drinks? Burton.
Oh
The,
yeah,
the dude that though the listeners probably don't know Burton, but I
no,
work with him. He drinks like fucking 4 Red Bulls a day.
that's my kind of guy right there.
He
That's
walks
a
in.
lot.
He walks in with a Red Bull. He'll drink that around lunchtime. He'll have another one
Yeah.
before I leave for the day. He'll be drinking another one.
Okay,
Yo,
so
by the end
maybe
of the day, he's like a drone because he gets a new wing every time.
he's got 4, one for each can.
He's like, I'm out of here.
So I really fuck with people too. I'm like a subtle prankster. I don't do like out open pranks anymore. I retired. Bad situation. Story for another time. In any case, I don't do pranks anymore, so I just fuck with people in subtle ways. One of the subtle ways that I fuck with people is I'll just refill my Monster can with water, and I'll just walk around drinking it. Like, so they just think I'm drinking Monster all day long.
So
Thinking
have you
you're a
done that here?
monster.
Have you done that here?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, I've done that. I've done it everywhere.
So you're a little bit better than me because my subtle way of fucking with people, because I don't, I've toned it down. I was in the missile field and
Hmm.
we used to fuck with each other there
Yeah.
bad. So I've toned it down quite a bit. So I replaced hand sanitizer with lube. You know, I emptied out the hand sanitizer, just put a bottle of lube in it. So, and
It's okay, Legend. Why is it so sticky?
this is around when COVID was taking off when I first got to England, and
That's
everyone
a
was
good
like,
point. I walked past you know how like the decor in some places like has a fake waterfall.
yes.
I just thought of like washing my hands in it just to trip out the person at the counter, like the security guy.
Oh, you
Just
don't
gonna
do
walk over
that?
and start washing my hands. Man, where's the towels? Just to fuck with it. These are this stupid shit that pops up in my mind. It's just like very simple-minded
Uh,
stuff.
my friend and I in New York, we used to stand in the middle. I remember clear as day. We just left Madison Square Garden, and let me tell this story from the beginning.
Send
Actually,
it. Let's go. Madison Square Garden, MSG. Let's
so
go.
my friend's mom and dad, they said, "Hey, Adam, do you want to come with us to the show at Madison Square Garden?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Who is it?" They were like, "Oh, it's 50 Cent." I'm like, "Oh hell
Ooh,
yeah,
50 Cent. Let's go.
I'll go see 50 Cent." So we're all
Plus
hyped up.
tax.
We get there. It's fucking Joel Olstein. They lied to us. It was Joel Olstein.
And the ticket price was 50 cents.
I ain't pay for the fucking thing. I didn't care. It was
Oh
Joel Olstein. So I
God.
wound up going to this church service at Madison Square Garden. So I'm pissed off. He's pissed off. So we leave.
That's the worst, bro. They got you.
So we would stand in the middle of the street, like not the street, but the sidewalk, and sidewalks outside of Madison Square Garden are pretty hectic. So we stand there, we're just looking with like a shocked face at like just nothing, just looking up in the sky with a shocked face, and then just everyone that walked by would be like, "What the fuck are these kids looking at?" They all start looking up, and you just watch everyone just walk by, and look up, like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we start fucking twitching.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny, man. Speaking of 50 Cent, I heard a story you told me about playing some with football with somebody
Oh
that
yeah,
also knows 50 Cent. So you
yes.
gotta share this story. It was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
So there was a dude that lived down the street from me. He was a I would say like a low budget music producer because I never heard fucking thing that he made, but he was I don't know how closely he was working with, but he was working with G Unit.
Yeah.
So G Unit. So
I like to hear.
He was working with Tony Yayo directly.
Mm-hmm.
I like Tony Yayo. He was I thought he was a pretty good artist at the time. So we caught word that Tony Yayo was around. So we're like, yo, let's strategically place ourselves outside this dude's house. So when Tony Yayo comes out, he sees us. And outside the house, there was it was like an apartment complex, like a townhouse complex.
Yeah.
So across from the house was a parking lot. In this parking lot, we always used to play football, wiffle ball, fucking tag, roast each other, sitting
Yeah.
on the mailboxes, talking shit to each
That's the
other.
spot.
Yeah, so we're playing football. It's kind of raining outside a little bit. It's like one of those early April rains where it's not really raining, but it's not really sunny out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a blacktop. It got really slick. So my friend, he throws the ball up to me, and my other friend, his name is Sedina, he's from Senegal. He's also a pilot now for FedEx. He's
Oh
doing really
shit.
good for himself. So good for
Damn.
him. Yeah. So he throws the ball up into the street while we're playing football with Tony Yayo. I get fucking nailed by a car. I get taken the fuck out by a car.
That
And
part always gets me.
bro, luckily I didn't get hurt or anything. I don't know if I was like maybe like a 13-year-old fucking Hulk or
Yeah,
something. I
dude.
didn't get hurt.
You're just
But
invincible.
yeah, but no one believes me when I say like, hey, I was playing football with Tony Yayo. I got fucked up by a car.
It's like multiple awesome things because you could just tell the story that you met Tony Yayo or you played catch with Tony Yayo, or you could just tell the story that you got hit by a fucking car.
Yeah.
It's like awesome either way, but then you put them together. That's a fucking
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Then
fun.
he was like, you good little man? I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't little.
He does a lot of good podcast interviews nowadays. Have you seen him going on?
I didn't know I didn't know he had a podcast.
It's not that I don't know that he has one, but he just goes on quite a bit. You know,
Oh,
I've seen him on like the Drink Champs, this popular one, and a couple other ones, and you know, he's really got a strong opinions. That dude is loyal as fuck to 50 Cent and Eminem.
well, they made his career.
Well, not only that, they just, you know, they showed him a lot of respect for who he was. They stuck to their word when he was in jail, and you know, he defends those people like for like I'm telling you, the interviews are strong. I'll send you guys some clips sometime
Yeah, send it to me.
because if I come across him again, I'm sure I will because he's always on my feed. So I've been listening to him, ironically, a lot lately. Just tell us stories about his time in the G Unit when he was coming in and out of jail, and you know, making his albums with those guys and stuff, and what he's
Yo,
doing now.
and the music was fucking good too.
Yeah,
Units like I'm 31 years old. I still listen to it from time to time. Like I was listening yesterday when I was driving.
I 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, and then like all the G Unit stuff they came out with was it's some of my favorite shit. I love it.
Beg for Mercy was my favorite one with
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks, Tony Ayo, and 50 Cent standing all black on the album
Yep.
cover. Like that was my favorite one.
The only
I
dude
remember that.
that was the only dude I didn't really Young Buck, right?
Yeah,
Was the
he
other
was
one
he kind of didn't fix. He was from the South.
him
Like, it was weird.
and like I don't really even though games West Coast, I don't really game
And
if that makes
yeah,
sense.
and
Mm.
Mob Deep, they joined G Unit too, and like
Did
they
they?
they did. That's how
Yeah, for a
irrelevant
little
it was
bit.
at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Must
like
have been at the end, huh? I was overseas
it
at
was
that
at the
part.
end. It was at the end. I love Mob Deep. Quiet Storm is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And half was it halfway crooks. I can't
Oh,
think. Shook
yep,
ones. My bad.
Shook
yep.
one.
Couldn't
Yeah.
think that. I love those songs.
That's probably their best top songs.
Oh yeah, that I think that the first verse in Shook Ones by Prodigy
Hmm.
is top five verse of all time.
Oh wow.
Like
Yeah.
that verse, because he was like he was 19 when he wrote that shit. He
Yeah,
says
it
in
was
his song,
dope.
I'm only 19, but my mind is old. Like he was
Yeah.
Yep.
only 19 when he wrote that. So the depth that he went to on that and like the weight of that verse at 19 years old is fucking nuts.
Hell yeah.
But when they joined G Unit, it was towards the end of their time. I would say it was after the end of their time because it was like
Yeah.
2006
That
ish.
definitely would be a tour for the ages. 50 Cent's doing a big time tour right now. He had Busta Rhymes on it with him. And
I met Mob Deep.
yeah.
Yeah, did
Yeah, Prodigy and Havoc, both of them in
yeah,
San
Prodigy
Francisco.
passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. He did.
I think he had like
Yeah, I met
sickle
him.
cell or something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's where Tupac said.
Huh?
Yep.
He said it just like
That
that.
actually is what he says.
Damn.
Because he
But yeah,
hit him up, right?
I actually have a
That's a good
CD
song too.
signed
Yep.
by Prodigy somewhere
Best
here.
beef song.
I think
Yeah.
"Hit 'Em Up" is probably the best beef song.
It's so just
Okay,
fucking raw.
bro. When I was young, I was like, bro, Pac, you so mad, bro. You don't
Yeah.
gotta do all that. You just got on the mic and cuss everybody out. But now
You
the
get
whole
it?
shit going on, I'm like, yo, that song makes a lot of sense because in
Yeah.
the end, he's like, when I first came out, it was just my bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck did it, this and that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Your whole, what does he say? Your whole label and your record, your
Yeah,
whole
that
record
that
label
song
and
kind of is aging well with the whole thing right now.
yeah, that's true. I did plan to talk hella much about Diddy, but like, there's just a whole, like, I gotta do like a fucking journal paper on this dude. There's so much going on with
Yeah,
everything around him,
his
but it's
son just got
bigger.
not indicted, but like name dropped in.
Yeah, dude, no, it's dozens of people,
This
dozens of people.
how does this affect LeBron James' legacy? That's what I want to know.
How does it? We'll see if he plays any more seasons, right? I think he will, but it's just gonna unravel more. I think. I think what the Puff Daddy thing is showing me is that all these dudes that have been ducking and dodging and slipping through the cracks on like all the shenanigans they put up all these years
All
is
in the
coming
video.
is coming back to get them.
Yeah,
It's coming back to
definitely.
get them. But I like
Yeah.
I like to think that it's all because of Dave Chappelle and the Chappelle Show.
I love Dave Chappelle, man. I
So
love it.
the funny thing is like that skit about that Diddy skit where he did the
Making the band.
spoof on making the band. Oh my God, that was probably one of aside from like Rick James, bitch.
You
Um,
gotta go to the Upper East Side, get me
Dude, yeah.
Cambodian milk from a Cambodian immigrant.
Yeah, I need that Cambodian breast milk. That's tasty. And he's like drinking it and spilling it everywhere. He's like, carry me out of here. And they like carry him out. And Puff Daddy's playing, he's playing Puff Daddy. And he played him like so over the top. But is it over the top? That's what I'm saying.
Not
So I
anymore.
think the thing about comedy they always say is like the best comedy is closest to the truth.
Mhm.
And so Dave is very insightful, observant, and connected. So it tells me that he knew this shit like better than most people think. The other thing about the actual show, making the band, because the skit roasted that dude Dylon,
He's
right?
top five of
Yeah,
all time.
I spit hot fire, right? He's fucking Dylon, 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 and Dylon. I spit hot fire. He came out recently talking about how that ruined his career. He's like, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't get a gig. I couldn't get in a record recording at all for like 10, 20 years because they'd call him. Yeah, he's the guy. Oh, you're that fucking guy from Chappelle's show? Nah, I'm good. I'm out of here. So it like fucking tanked him.
He wasn't that good anyway.
So yeah, and so I thought it was funny hearing him say that. But then I think back to the actual show because I did watch the real show because it come on MTV, and I fucking loved MTV at that time. They had the TRL, they had all the reality shows that were good, and they were about music at the
Carson
time.
Daly.
Yeah, bro, they were about music at the time, so they were good. And Making the Band had that group on there, a couple rappers. It's not like they were trash or anything, but they just maybe they weren't star power. You know what I mean? They didn't have that kind of that pop angle to them, or whatever was in the market that fit the model. And the dude Dylon actually had an opportunity to work with the fucking one and only Wyclef Jean
Yeah,
because Diddy
extraneous.
brought him in. And this the look on his face when he's trying to work with that guy is so funny. It's like, bro, you blew your shot.
Yeah, he
It's not
did.
because of Dave Chappelle. What about the time where you had the opportunity to work with fucking Wyclef, bro? Gone till November in this bitch, and you fucked it all up. And so it's just funny to see him out on these podcasts now, or on his social media, however that shit's getting out there, talking about Dave Chappelle ruined his career. No, motherfucker, your mediocrity ruined your own career.
And your loose hands.
Yeah, man, because he was doing shit, right? He was like fighting people, and
He was fighting them all on the show. I was a little kid when that show was on, but yeah, from what I remember, he was fighting.
yeah, because I think the other show they had multiple seasons. One of the other seasons was like a pop band or whatever. It wasn't the rap group that he was trying to build in that one. Which, yeah, it was an interesting time.
I watched Flavor of Love. That's what I watched.
Flavor of Love. That was with
Yeah.
Flavor Flav, right?
Yeah.
Flavor Flav. I had the clock
And
actually.
and there was a woman on there called New York, but she was from upstate and she was trying to claim the city. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Oh, so she was trying to be NYC, but she was just New
She
York
was
State.
NY. She was NYS, yeah.
That's too funny. That's probably got to be pretty offensive when people try to claim something that they're not.
When it comes to New York, yeah.
I bet, bro. Just fucking,
Long Island tries to do that all the time. They try to claim New York City. Like, you're from Long Island, man. It's not one of the boroughs.
get out of here.
Yeah, hit the
Fucking,
bricks.
you got your own shit going on over there. What about New Jersey? New Jersey's across the way.
I could throw a rock and hit New Jersey. My dad's actually from New Jersey, but Jersey's a weird place too because it's so much different everywhere you go there. Like you can go to South
Yeah.
Jersey and it's like Philadelphia. You can go to Central Jersey and it's like Amish. Then you can go to North Jersey and it's like New York.
That's funny. The Amish are out there, aren't they?
Yeah, one of the first time I really seen Amish people was in Montana, and there was a place called Eddie's Corner. It was on the way out to like one of the part of the Missville we worked in, and there was a huge Amish store there. They would make some bomb ass sandwiches and some ice cream, that
Dude.
all made by hand. Like not by
Fact.
homemade like food. But then they had like rocking chairs and fucking clocks that they were making. But then
Yeah.
you look at them and like one of their names was Dorcas. They had bad haircuts. They were dressed weird. They smelled. But then I can look past all of that once I got the Graham Slam.
It's kind of like hipsters, bro.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the old school hipsters, dude.
Yeah.
That Amish ice cream is something else, bro.
You had it?
I had a scoop of it in Philly, bro.
Oh yeah.
It was like $10. And the dude told me, he's like, bro, that dude comes on a horse. Every week he brings in. It was
He's
some
like,
of the best ice cream.
I'm here with
Yes.
the ice cream,
But yo,
motherfuckers. Get it before it melts.
is Amish a creation of America? Like, is there Amish people
No,
in
I
like?
think that they're Dutch.
I don't know
Oh, for
where
real?
the source comes from, to be honest with you.
So there's other Amish people
Dutch, that
in
makes
Europe?
sense.
No, so I know Amish heritage is Dutch. They speak Dutch.
Hmm.
But then
Oh,
you got Amish, you got Hutterites, you got
Yeah.
Mennonites, and you
Yeah.
could tell the difference because like one I don't know them off the top of the head, but one of them were like all polka dots, one of them were vertical stripes, one were like horizontal. I don't know if I'm misspeaking, but from what I remember, one
Yeah.
were polka dots, one
You're probably way
horizontal stripe.
closer than I'd ever fucking get.
Yeah, and they're kind bro. My wife used to work at Bed Bath and Beyond, and this fucking this Amish group would just roll in like a fucking a van. They all jump out. They walk in a line too. When they go
Yeah.
anywhere, they walk in a line, and they would go and they open up a pair a package of socks. Took one package of socks out, like a pair of socks, and went up to the register and told my wife, "I want to pay for this, just this one." She's like, "What the fuck? You can't just buy one pair of socks. Like, go get the package you ripped open. Like, bring that shit
go
over here.
make
Jeez.
some socks.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
make
that's
some
funny.
socks." Oh,
That's
bro,
hilarious.
bro. One time I was driving, it freaked me out. I was driving and I was in the middle of nowhere, Montana, and out in you could see miles there, just absolute
Yeah.
miles. I see these like four houses like laid out kind of like a square, right? Like, and there's like a courtyard in the middle of them. And I drive by and there's like two little kids just playing there, and they're dressed up like they're in the 1800s, and then they're throwing a ball back and forth underhand to each other like a basketball, right? And then they see me, well, they hear me, and they both like one of them catches the ball, they both stop and they turn and look at me in unison real slow.
It's like the children of the corn.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I was like, all right, vroom, get the fuck out of
Get me
here.
the fuck out of here.
Yeesh.
It's like the what's the movie with the nun in it and shit?
The
The
nun.
yeah, it's the scary movies that come
Co-
out. The Conjuring or something
Oh
like
yeah, you got the Conjuring and the
that.
nun.
It's
Yeah,
the Conjuring. Because I thought they're connected. Maybe not.
Yeah, they are. They're all connected. The
It's all in the
Conjuring,
same
the
universe.
nun derives from the Conjuring, and
Yeah. I
they
used
they
to when I
around
was
that.
a kid, I'd be into the old school scary shit, but this new scary shit is too fucking scary, bro. It's
It is,
too scary, dude. I'll be like, I can't turn off the lights and shit. I
dude.
can't. It's
I,
fucking terrifying,
I
dude.
I had a bootleg version of Paranormal Activity, the first one that I got outside like a wall bombs or something.
That movie.
Yeah. So I remember I watched it. My house back home is kind of an old house, so my room was in the attic,
Oh
and
hell no! I'll be watching paranormal activities in the attic, bro.
yeah,
Come on.
with a headset on,
You're
like an
risking your
Xbox
life.
with an Xbox headset on too by myself, and the hallway, the staircase that goes down
Oh, hell
from my
no.
room, it had a light switch at the top and a light switch at the bottom. And if you turn the light switch off at the bottom, you can't turn it on from up top, and
Oh
vice
fuck.
versa. Someone turned it off from downstairs. And I was like, fuck, man, I gotta go downstairs. And I couldn't turn the lights on. I tell you, I fucking floated down those fucking stairs. I went down so fast.
That's fucking.
I was
The,
freaked out. That was a scary ass movie.
yeah, I agree.
That was a
That's the
different
perfect.
movie because they try to make it like a documentary, right? Like it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Yep.
shot on one camera. It was like
Yeah.
really bad quality.
And for the time, it was like one of the scary movies that had come out in years. Like it was really
Yeah.
fucking scary.
And it was super successful, and they had a budget of $30.
They got like 4 of them or something now, maybe more. I don't
I
know.
think they got more.
Yeah, but it was scary, and I won't watch another one. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
cool off the scary stuff.
how do they get so scary, man? Like
another movie that's
they
really
just
scary.
know how to fuck with people.
This movie, The Devil Inside. That movie was freaky as shit.
Nope.
Have you ever
Already
seen-
won't watch it, dude. If it's
No,
called The
that
Devil Inside,
that
I ain't watching it.
I would
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
I would say that one might be up there. Paranormal Activity. That one was pretty fucking scary.
I like the alien ones. I can handle those.
I don't
That's
find
about
those
it.
scary.
Exactly. That's why I watch them. There's just like, yeah, they're
Maybe
fucking
maybe like
aliens.
jump scare in there, but like not really.
Yeah,
'Cause
they don't
I think,
terrify me.
dude, I think what makes Paranormal Activity so scary is like you could see something like that happening.
Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
unnerving because of the way they film it.
Yeah.
They film it,
Exactly.
it's the shadows moving, or it's like some, apparition or some shit.
It's that dude Toby, bro.
So they
Toby.
set
Yeah,
you up. Yeah, they fuck, dude. Come
that was
on.
my wife's dog's name too.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's different, man. Like the old school horror was scary in its own way, but it was more about gore,
Yes.
With the exception of like Hellraiser. That was truly terrifying. That shit. If you ever go back and watch the original Hellraisers, it is.
I never seen Hellraisers though.
Oh my
Is that the one with
God.
the dude with the spikes in his face?
Pinhead. Yeah.
Okay.
They're basically demons from another dimension, and the murderer like sacrifices the murder, and it sneaks through the floor, and like the blood and the blood from the murder like feeds this demon, and it opens up a pathway from hell, and they come through and they're just raising fucking
Jeez.
hell, and it's very brutal and gruesome, like the way the old graphics used to be with the practical um dummies and props and shit, not the special effects. Special effects is cool and really works good for like the paranormal activity spooky stuff, but that gory shit, like that blood and that fake flesh, it's just like it's something else. It's very disturbing. So the Hellraiser was always one that really got me, and that's why I think the paranormal ones get you, because they touch on something that's real.
Yes.
It's the person, it's the body and like the mind and all that stuff.
And you're used to those camera angles. Like
Yep.
if you have surveillance at your home, everything looks so familiar. You're like, that
Yeah.
could be my house.
They had a nice ass
Exactly.
house too.
Hell
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
They always
California.
seem to.
In California too. It's like, yeah, you're doing pretty good for
Yeah,
yourself.
that was before whatever the crash.
Any of the, oh yeah, but before the bubble, before the market went down, it's shit now. It's all shit.
You know, and the older I get, the more I've seen this a few times, the more I think, what did Kevin McAllister's dad do to afford that house for 15 people
You talking
in
about
Home
Home
Alone?
Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then he couldn't get one fucking babysitter or housekeeper.
Right?
You know, like you can you can afford all that shit.
You can afford 15 tickets to Paris for Christmas.
Yeah, you must be organized. You can't keep
Yeah.
track of your fucking kid. That shit pissed me off all the time.
What year was that?
It was
That
in
was
the
in the
90s.
90s.
Yeah, early 90s, I think. Um,
This is before
yeah,
Michael Jackson got Macaulay Culkin.
maybe. Yeah, well, it was around that time actually where they started hanging out. Weird.
Yeah. Odd.
But see, that's it. The Hollywood, man. They've been at it. They've been at it for a long time. And the weird shit comes back around and gets their ass. We'll see. We'll see whatever happens with this stuff. But yeah, man, those movies are fucking terrifying. But speaking of terrifying, a lot of people get freaked out by these like astronomical, I guess astronomical. Astrology's like the signs, like what sign are you
No,
right now? Astronomy's
astronomy is the
actual
science.
stars.
Astrology is the actual stars, like the universe. Astrology is the
Yeah,
universe. Astronomy is the
the
science.
stars.
Well, I think so.
Yeah, astrology is your horoscope.
Yeah, that's right. Astrology's the
And
horoscope.
astronomy is like the sky and
The
stuff.
stars. That's fucking Galileo and shit.
That's Galileo.
So Monday is the eclipse. Our episode's in the air, so the day this comes online is the fucking eclipse. It originally was projected to like intersect at San Antonio, but I think it's like shifted. So it's been kind of interesting to keep an eye on what people think of it. And then people showed like old videos of it. It's pretty fucking scary, man. I could see why like ancient cultures would like be so obsessed with these kind of events. But it just we only experience them so many times in our life. So I think I'm really going to pay attention a little bit more about this one and see how people react and what takes place and what they say about it. What do you guys think?
My first thought that comes to mind is they delayed the Yankee game. They pushed it 4 hours when they're playing the Marlins tomorrow.
4 hours.
Yeah, because they don't want it to
Damn.
interfere with the game. Which have you ever? The last one was 2000. No, it was recent.
There's one
but,
last
like,
year.
Yeah, but a bigger one was 2017, I think, like
Oh,
September
maybe so.
2017. I was in Montana at the time. I will say, don't fall for spoofs, meaning with the glasses, because a girl I know in New
Oh,
York
hell no.
bought some solar eclipse glasses that were just pretty much like 3D glasses. And she burnt the fucking eclipse in her retina of her eye.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
Don't fall for no spoofs.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think because we'll be here in LA. I don't think we get to see the full. So I'm just really interested in to see like people's stories and what they're out there.
Have you ever seen one in person and the full
Not a
effect?
full, not a full, but a partials. Yeah,
The one in Montana was a full one. It was pretty cool.
yeah. So that's kind of like the Midwest was. I think on our last chat, me and Sean were talking about. We pulled it up on screen share for the episode and like showed the intersection and on NASA's site and everything. But what was interesting is the National Guard coming into those towns because so many people are going to like partake in this event. So it's like different reasons. Like we have a different reason for going to partake in those events in our era of humanity than like the ancients would. Because the ancients would be like, fuck, this is a sign from the gods and
Sacrifice
to
everybody.
fucking kill everybody and shit.
And
Oh,
you gotta go, bro.
apparently.
It's your time.
Yeah, it's your time. It's
Kill
your
'em all.
time, man.
What was the
Apollo has
movie?
called upon you.
What was that
Apocalypto.
movie? Yeah, Apocalypto. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Mel Gibson. It was a good movie. Jaguar Paw. That was the
Jaguar
name of
Paw.
the character, man. It was an interesting take. I liked the end of it too. Spoiler.
Yeah, it kind of goes full circle.
Yeah, he comes out and he gets back, and then he looks out there and he sees the Spanish coming up to the coastline. He's like, fuck that shit. I'm heading to the jungle.
Yeah.
And there's still people in that culture in the jungle that haven't come out.
Is the Sentinelese tribe? You know about them?
Yeah, those are the ones, Sentinel Island, where they'll fucking you up. They'll kill you if you try to come up
Yeah.
there.
Fly a drone over there, start chucking rocks and shooting bows and arrows at it. But you know what's crazy? If these people have never left this island, right, and they never had interaction with anybody else, how do they know how to make a bow and arrow? And I say that like, how
Well,
does
maybe they made them back then.
no. Think about it, right? They never left this island, right? So they know how to make a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But also in other parts of the world, they also used a bow and arrow.
Oh yeah.
So I find it crazy that they've never had any contact with any other civilization, but they're still using the same thing that another civilization is using.
I think that may be the case, that it's just over that many years that they would find the same practical use
That's
for
what I'm
device.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
That could be the case, or it's something that stayed in their culture from beyond what we know.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, so they just didn't mingle with modern cultures when the Europeans came. But if their ancestors came from the tribes that were all throughout the Western Americas, then they were using bows and arrows and spears and things to hunt worldwide. Humans kind of figured that out long fucking time ago, and really, it's still practically the same device.
It's just got a trigger now.
Yeah, you got
What
the different versions.
what
Like
other
a
kind of technologies they have besides arrows?
they don't have
It's hard to tell.
no one's allowed on the island.
Yeah.
The last person that went there trying to preach the Bible got chopped up
Yeah, dude.
and buried
Just
in the
arrows
shallows.
and stones, huh? Like, pat, just
Dang,
good.
got his ass.
I know they like went to the island one time and like left them a bunch of fruits and shit, and then they kind of dipped out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to stick around there.
Yeah, it was an interesting story. I guess they did engage with them at times where it wasn't a violent occurrence, but at some point, the tribe on the island had a bad interaction, and ever since, it's like fucking kill everybody. These people can't come here. You know what I mean?
Imagine
But
being part of that tribe and like seeing a fucking drone fly over. Like, what the fuck is that?
exactly. You're probably
Yeah.
like, they're coming from the stars.
That's crazy.
The sky
I
people.
would love to see how they live and what they cook and
Yeah.
Well,
what they
l-
believe in.
look them up. The Sentinelese tribe. They live at Sentinel Island. I think it's off the coast of Malaysia.
Let's see.
I gotta look it up. There's a lot of tribes like in different corners of the world that haven't
Yeah, but this is
traveled.
the most remote one.
I gotta check that out.
There's not that many.
Yeah.
There's maybe like 100 people.
Sheesh.
Yeah, there's tons of videos on. I just pulled up on the side. The Forbidden Island, North
Is it off
Do you
Sentinel
think-
Island. Yeah, they
Bro,
got
do
it
you-
on here on YouTube. North Sentinel Island drone view. Where is
Is
it
Malaysia
at?
even on the coast?
Malaysia?
I think Malaysia's an
Uh,
island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a cluster of islands.
So I think it's off the coast of there.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that region. It's closer to India than America. It's
Mhm.
not like North America, South America area, but like this, they have cultures in the Amazon they don't communicate with the modern cultures either. They're
That's
in their
crazy.
own place.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they don't get Amazon deliveries out there.
No, yeah, there's tons of videos. There's a video of a guy and he pulls up on them and they're like bringing him in. I'll do a screen share. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Let me set it up so I skip all the other
Hey,
bullshit.
Jamie, get
Yeah.
this on the screen real quick.
Fucking
Jaime.
stop fucking around,
Jaime.
Jaime. Jaime's fucking around over here. Oh, it's kind of weird how it's set up. It's like for the phone,
Bro,
but
you
hold
think
up.
the Amish kids go to their parents, be like, "Hey, I don't want to do this. I need iPhone."
They don't even know what the iPhone is.
Well, they
I
might
mean,
because they have Rumspringa, right?
Rums- I,
Rumspringa that they can go buck wild. They can leave the Amish, they can leave the Amish lifestyle, and they can be on Rumspringa as long as they want. But once they come back, they can't leave again.
so that's what Rumspringa. I thought Rumspringa was like some Jewish term or something.
Nah, it's the
oh,
Amish shit. I think that's
Ah.
how it goes, man. That's pretty much what it is.
So I heard a
Hold up, let me
story when
see.
I heard a story when I lived in Montana about Amish that they would go to the Montana State Fair and they would recruit people to have sex with their daughters to diversify their bloodline.
Oh yeah,
They would pay them.
I bet, man. What the hell? What are we listening to here, boys? Here we
you
go.
got some.
You guys ready for this? This is it. Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
This is it.
Oh shit, bro.
This dude's like, "Hey, bro, what's up, man? I fucking
oh,
made
that's Brody. That's Brody.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, guys, dinner
I
has
know
a
him.
fucking Uber Eats delivered."
No, that guy, I wouldn't believe that one there because
This looks
he's a pretty
funny.
big. He's a big YouTuber.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably faking it or something,
yeah,
huh?
he's I seen that video. He's from Australia. His name's Brody Moss. He
Hmm.
does a lot of stuff with animals and fish. He does a lot of fishing and stuff.
He did until he went to
Yeah.
North Sentinel Island. He's not coming back, man. Yeah, some of these are like really long videos, but yeah, you can see they have tons of stuff on here about
Excellent
these
knee
guys.
bend right there.
That's where he was. It was a short. That's why it was so weird looking.
And it was he wasn't on Sentinel Island. That's not Sentinel Island in that video.
Yeah, I know, but that was
Bro,
awesome.
what would you do to become friends with these people? Like if you end up on the island and you somehow have to survive and you gotta,
I don't
make
think you
friends with
can.
these people.
I don't think you're gonna have a chance, bro.
You
Yeah,
won't
that's
hunt
probably
you out,
true.
huh?
I
They
don't think
wouldn't.
you're gonna have a chance to be their friend.
Yeah, you won't make it past hello, bro. They'd be like seasoning you and shit.
Dang, that's
Spice them up.
that's ruthless.
Okay, there it is. So it's
Because
somewhere
you know what?
off the
I've been
off the
into
coast of this island right here, the Andaman Islands. Yeah, I've seen this
oh
documentary right here.
the Andaman though, bro.
This is
Indian
your old
islands.
neck of the woods,
Yo,
bro.
I think this is a part of India, bro.
No, yeah,
I've
it's
heard
right
of
there.
this. Yeah, I think there's a lot of cannibalism that goes on over there too.
This is the Christian guy that Adam was talking about that tried to go over there. But you see how far he had to fucking go. And he had to go from all the way out here. I mean, that's a pretty big city.
Yeah, I think there's two
140,000?
islands, the Andaman and the Nicobar.
Yeah, so you can get
Yeah,
everywhere from there.
that's part of India. Yeah.
They're talking about the whole damn world over here. This is his whole documentary of how he got in here. Let's jump
Flew
around
out
and
of
see.
New York, flew out of New Jersey, huh?
Yeah, let's jump around and see if he ends up out there. There we go. Any case, this turned out pretty decent. You could see they've been looking at this place for a long fucking time. But I mean, I guess to your point, Sean, I guess it just depends on what tribe and what their issue is, and the other thing is like you're going to be bringing like disease with you that you're immune to that they have never fucking encountered. So just your presence alone might fuck them up. Oh, so these dudes had to come all the way the fuck around.
Why couldn't they just go through the middle right there, through that canal?
I guess.
They're British, bro. They like going around the thing.
Yeah,
They beat around the bush, mate.
ain't it, bro? Jolly good.
Any breath.
Yeah. So I don't know
Hey,
if these are like depictions or whatever. It looks like depictions, but these are real
I like how
photos.
the British people say bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
Bottle water, isn't it?
Bottle of water. That's one word. Bottle of water.
Classy, isn't it?
Ain't it, bro? Jolly good.
Yeah.
We have popping bottles.
Bottle, yeah.
Oh, here we go. There it is. Look at that little clip right here I'm about to jump to. All right, boys. Look at that. This is like if you come to the island, this is your welcome.
Bows and arrows.
Fuck, crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man in search of man.
Damn.
Oh, look at the curve on the waves right there. That signifies the Earth is round.
I think it is, dude. Yeah, you can see the curvature of the earth right here. These dudes on the island definitely shouldn't be no flat earthers. In any case, that's pretty interesting stuff right there.
That's pretty wild. Cause like these people are like brand new. They're like they live with us. You know
Yeah.
when we talk about ancient time, like yo, back in the days, these guys knew about planets.
Yeah.
It's like, what about these guys?
Not all of them.
They
Yeah.
do they know astrology? Do they know what time it is? Like,
Go over there and ask them. Let us know.
Yeah. Maybe
yeah, I
that's
want
what
to
they're
sacrifice
fucking
me.
hiding. Maybe they're like the guardians of
You
the
guys are
real
sending me
shit.
in there first. Like,
They have KFC secret
They'll
recipe.
probably kill me before they kill you, Sean.
Yeah, no,
bro,
I look
hey,
like
I have this thing. I was like, bro, like no matter where I've been, I've made friends. I'm like, bro, I could probably talk to
this could
them.
be it, dude. We gotta start saving money.
like,
Sean,
like,
Sean's
hold
expedition to
up,
the north fucking what
like
Sentinel
before you
Island.
bust out the arrows, hold up. Like we're gonna barbecue.
You're
like,
gonna be the barbecue.
Let me play you this beat real quick.
like, let's go fishing. Like, dude, I got this Cajun breastfeed. Trust me. Like,
That's the way. That's the method. Nobody's ever tried it before.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
just weird.
to. I don't want to fuck around and find out.
No, no, hell no, bro. Don't do it. That would be so weird. There's probably a way. There's probably a way to crack the code. But
Like, I would go there on a drone, and I would just like post up for a while and get, you know what I mean, so they can't shoot the arrow. Be like, ah, you missed, and then.
I think they're fucking like snipers with that thing too. I
yeah,
don't think it'd be safe with the
Damn.
drone either.
no, I mean you saw the size of them arrows are like 5 feet
Yeah,
long. That's
I don't
fucking
think you're
scary.
safe, man.
I will say this much. I think we should leave those motherfuckers alone.
Yeah, let them be.
You know what I
Let them be.
mean? They're doing
Hey,
they're
Or
doing
send
their
the
thing.
British there, be like, hey, we need you to colonize a little couple more
Yeah.
mileage over here.
I don't think the British are
it,
doing too well with their colonizations.
it's funny that Britain owned like half the world and they got relegated to this little island because they
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Like both of our country, like so America, Sean, you're blessed because both of your countries that you represent kicked fucking England out of there. So you're like double fuck you, England.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's
I,
legit.
I feel a way about England all the time. Dang.
They eat beans for breakfast.
Yeah.
Bro, their breakfast sucks. Like, even if you take a picture of it, it's like, dude,
They don't got bacon, huh?
you put
They
no
they,
effort.
they have bacon, but it's
Bangers.
it's like a slice of ham.
Oh, so basically it's Canadian
Yeah.
weak
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's
so the
beans with ketchup and a
Yeah.
banger and a little bread. That's not
yeah, so
attractive.
Cali style, we got
if you go
avocados, jalapenos, fucking sourdough toast, all that shit.
if you
I
go
fuck
full
with that.
English breakfast, it is bacon, eggs, a grilled tomato, sausage, beans, toast, and coffee or tea. That's full English breakfast right there.
True.
I will tell you this much.
And mushrooms. Sorry, and mushrooms.
Yep, never happening.
And that's their full English breakfast.
Nope.
I will say
Always.
English roasts are good, like a Sunday roast, like roast beef, roast ham, roast pork. Those are good.
Yeah.
But their breakfast, they no,
Yeah, it's not very creative. They don't. There's
they,
no
they
effort.
they still eat like fucking Germany's invading them.
Yes, they do. All
That's where
canned
it stems
food.
from.
Yeah.
They got the canned beans and
They
shit.
got
Listen,
rations and shit.
sea rats. And I'll tell you this much. I used to drink some Old English.
All
Tell you
right,
that much.
some OE.
Old that shit looks,
That's my favorite font, bro.
that
I
would
love
make you go
typing in
blind.
Old English.
Yeah, that shit looks dope. And
It's
you know what?
official.
The only thing they got right though is this language. The English language is pretty fucking solid.
It's the world's language for a reason.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the language of trade.
yeah, it's
If you
can
want to
get
do business anywhere, if you're not speaking English, bro, you're not selling much.
yeah, it's weird how that happened, you know? It's like because of that I don't know if you could call it greed, curiosity. Fuck, what was it that pushed them to say, let's build a navy and just fucking colonize everything we fucking can, man? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like you can look back at World War II and like know why Hitler did what he was doing.
It's pretty
You,
clear.
yeah, you look like Mussolini, why he was doing what he was doing. Why did Britain try to take over the whole world?
Yeah, it was weird. And it's
They pretty
so
much
far
did.
spread. They were all over. I
Like
mean,
big chunks of the world.
you had colonies in Africa, India, all the islands out in the Pacific.
The Caribbean.
Yeah, the Caribbean. In the United States, the Northern American, North America, big time. And then
But one thing is though,
they
like
couldn't hold it. They couldn't hold it. It's too
because of
much.
that, we're able to communicate
Yeah.
like with so many different people that we couldn't, without
I wonder if it would have
connecting.
worked if they weren't a monarchy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
when I lived over there, I would ask my neighbors and stuff like, "Why do you guys have a prime minister and like a queen, who she's dead now, but a king?" They were
Yeah.
like, "Well, the prime minister is there for policy and stuff, and the monarchy is there for world matters."
Yeah.
I'm like,
International politics.
does the monarchy ever overrule the Primarch? Not Primarch, that's a store there. The prime minister, and she's like, "Yeah, they do. They overrule them from time to time."
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. It's definitely still a thing. I think people view England or the UK as a democracy. It has some democratic qualities, but it definitely ain't.
No, it's very weird
Yeah.
dynamic they got going on there.
Even the United States is not a pure democracy. Being a democratic republic, it has democracy as a point of importance within its existence. But that's there's other countries that India is the biggest democracy in the world. Um,
Hella people.
yeah, and it's just the largest one, mostly because of the amount of folks, but it's also a large country. But yeah, like I think it's a misconception on how what democracy means and how it's structured in in different cultures and in different countries. It would definitely be that's definitely a whole other deep conversation. But thinking about that, like I just feel like because they have that monarchy and so many of the colonies rebelled against it, I wonder if they had more democratic policies and approach to their colonization or their globalization practices, would some of them have sustained with a modern twist to it? How big would England or how the United Kingdom be now if they had approached it differently from a different angle, you know?
I would think they were bound to collapse because they're passive people
Yeah.
from my experience with them. Like they're very passive, a lot of them. They kind of just like I would say the older generation kind of just conforms and
Yeah.
they're very they got motherfuckers over there paying tax on their a TV license. Like,
You think
fuck out of
that's a
here.
product of
Dang.
like
Netflix tax.
maybe some of their best and brightest were wiped out during World War II? Because a lot of English died. A lot.
Uh I think maybe they had their hands in too many pots.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they pushed the envelope a little too far.
Yeah. Got a
Too
little
many
too.
powers were against them. They were
Yeah.
you can't have a beef with everybody.
It was like Tony
Yeah.
Soprano eventually fucking pissed off too many people
Yeah,
and then
because
got
Eventually
himself.
gonna go to cardiac arrest.
everybody's fighting against you,
Yeah.
and then you're fighting them with their own like people
Yeah.
like a lot of the British army was like Indian people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're using those people to fight them, and they weren't trying to fight their own people.
Yeah.
They
No doubt.
they were trying to they were waiting for the British to leave, and Hitler made it easier.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh shit, man. That I think there's a it's an interesting thing. I never thought about that even idea of like what would have made them successful. Like how did they fuck that up? The Spanish
Well,
too.
we're speaking English, and
Yeah.
that's
No,
one
no.
thing. I think it's just like somebody had to do it to connect the world to figure out what's going on, and like
Push.
obviously a lot of bad stuff would happen on the way,
Yeah.
but
But it pushed the envelope regardless.
man, we're
Yeah,
connected with
they bit off more than they can chew.
Yeah.
a
And
lot more. Yeah,
yeah, their teeth aren't good to begin with.
yeah. They ordered the whole burrito. They should have had a taco.
Hey,
Yeah.
today's National Burrito Day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dude,
Just so
you
you
should have
know.
told me that, man.
I know.
Well,
Here's
I
some
everything
had
burritos.
soup.
no.
Cheers to burritos, boys.
I had In and Out.
Mm.
You
Technically,
good, bro?
is a burrito a sandwich?
No, it's a
No.
wrap.
Is Is an egg vegetarian?
No, an egg.
Uh,
It's not
no,
even a
probably
vegetable.
not.
Is it vegetarian? Like, can you eat it if you're a vegetarian?
I think so. No, I don't know. I think you can eat it if you're vegan.
No, because
If
Oh,
you're
wait,
vegan, then you can eat it if you're vegetarian.
I don't know. They have different rules, and I don't know any of them because I don't be fucking with that. Because that
I
means I have
eat
to give
meat.
them a bacon.
I eat that steak.
I love that bacon, bro. Shit's American. That's good shit. Well, I think as vegan and vegetarian, I always get confused on like what are the cans and can't do's.
I think the vegans don't do cheese.
No, no,
The vegetarians do cheese
no. Vegans don't
and
do
milk.
anything. Vegans don't do anything
Came
that
from an
has come
animal.
from a living being.
So then the vegetarians, they don't. It's not like they just eat vegetables, right?
No,
No.
they eat anything.
Grains.
Yeah, they don't eat meat. Vegetarians.
So they're not really a vegetarian. They're just a not meatitarian.
No, vegetarian is someone who doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, but they eat fruit, so it's not like they're only eating vegetables. You know what I mean?
No, oh, veg. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Vegetarian. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you.
Why does it have to be just vegetables? That sounds a little deceiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get
And
you
If you're
now.
going to
BRB
bring
just
me into your cult, I need to be told the truth, or I'm going to turn back.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yep.
But I tried to do vegetarian for like 2 days. I couldn't fucking do it.
I can't
I
even think
couldn't.
about it.
I couldn't do it. I at that moment I realized that I really do like chicken. I like steak. I like pork. I like all this stuff. I did work with a guy who was a vegan, and he said that if he was a vegan for a few years at this point. He said if I eat any type of meat now, it makes me sick, like
Oh
physically
wow.
sick.
Because
It'll
he took
fuck his
such a long break.
Yeah, because it'll fuck his stomach up. He'll start like throwing up, or he'll get diarrhea, something. It's gonna just
Jeez.
mess his stomach up.
So he took such a long break from it that it must have been like real hard to reintroduce to his diet.
Yeah, I don't think he ever did. I think he's still a vegan.
Yeah, that's dope. Do
I
your
can't
thing.
do it. I can't do it. Respect, but I can't do it.
Yep, exactly. I can't either. I won't.
Imagine coming home from a long, hard day of work to eat a salad.
That's, that's depressing.
Yeah,
Oh, these leaves are fucking delicious.
to eat a fucking salad. I want a fucking pan-seared steak.
I would tear some fruit up, man. I like blueberries and strawberries and all that shit. But like, I don't get that jazzed up about vegetables, except for the cucumber.
I
The
like
cucumbers.
broccoli. Broccoli's my
Broccoli and cucumbers. What else? Fucking all that shit is pretty good. But
I like onions too,
yeah,
but
you gotta.
sauteed or
But they're ingredients to me. They're not like the
cucumbers are
full
veggie.
meal.
yeah, that's not a meal.
I
That's an
don't know what a
ingredient.
cucumber actually is classified as, but all I know is it's fucking good, dude. It's a plant.
It's good. It's really
That's what
good.
they should be called, plantitarians.
For real.
Yes, if they're eating mostly just plants, right? That'd be a better name.
Well, we have to be socially and politically correct here. We have to call them plant eaters. We can't just assume.
That sounds more derogatory.
Yeah,
Hey, you.
they're plant eaters.
That sounds like the Land Before Time cartoon. You know what I'm
No,
talking
I don't
about?
want. I don't. Yeah, I do. They were just eating
Fucking the
all those
green
leaves.
leaf.
Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what
want
I
to.
don't like?
Littlefoot.
When they make the vegetarian meat or whatever, they make it look like steak, but it's like
Oh,
mushrooms or whatever.
beyond meat.
Beyond, it's like,
Hey,
bro.
dude, if I go somewhere and I'm like, I want some chicken wings, you bring me some cauliflower doused in fucking hot sauce, I'm gonna spit at you.
Or
Yeah,
like you bring me this Mission Impossible burger. Dog,
Mission Impossible burger. I've never tried that stuff. Have you guys
I
actually
don't
tried
know.
it?
No.
my thing is if you want to be a vegetarian, bro, put veggies in your food or whatever. Don't try to like make fake meat. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just at that point, just eat chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, bro. Just eat a regular burger. You be way more happier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like setting yourself up for failure anyways, because they're like, man, this burger's really good.
It
Well,
tastes
I'm
just
just,
like
I'll
steak.
just
How
go
do you
get
know?
back to the fucking burger, you know?
Yeah.
No, I feel like you just go right back to it. It's like, let me stop smoking, but I'll smoke these fake cigarettes. And then eventually you're just going to smoke the fucking real cigarette. I just
Yeah.
feel like that. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I wouldn't eat fake bacon. Like turkey bacon, might as well just be fake bacon. That shit's nasty as fuck.
Yeah,
Oh,
if I want
I
to
like turkey
fake
bacon.
meat,
Nope, not
Like
me,
it.
dude.
I
I,
prefer I
I have
prefer
been.
actual bacon.
I don't
Turkey
like
bacon's good.
I don't like turkey burger either. Fuck that shit. Get
Nah.
at it. That chicken kick rocks. Try to give me a turkey burger. Fuck you. You can have a double shove that right up your ass. I don't want
I
that.
have I mean, not a burger, but like, a turkey sandwich with a little avocado, a
I
Yeah.
had
little
some.
cheddar.
I had that earlier.
Turkey
See,
meat is fine.
it's hella
Exactly how
good.
it is. You don't have to pretend that it's hamburger. That's my problem.
No, for real.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't need that in my life at all. 0%. And somebody tried to convince me that it's the same. And I'm like, nah, bro. You gonna make me spaghetti with fucking. You make me some
No,
spaghetti with some fucking ground turkey? Get
it's
the
not the
fuck out.
same.
More with beef.
It doesn't make sense, man. Like, I'd rather have no meat than fake ass fucking beef meat. Like, just get that out of here. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Give me a tomato, bro. Get this out of here.
So dumb. I love
Yeah,
that.
if I want meat, bro,
How did we get on this topic?
I don't
I
even
am.
remember how we got here.
I'm not sure.
It's
We're talking
cracking me
about.
up, but either it's cracking me up either way. I just I don't remember how this happened.
Oh, I think
We
I
went from
asked
talking about
if an egg is vegetarian.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
but
No, I don't think
somehow we
so.
went from talking about how England.
Because egg is gonna grow up and be chicken, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when does it become a chicken?
Ooh. So right now, egg is a veggie?
I don't know.
Nah.
Oh, this is like the abortion debate, but for
Yeah.
chickens.
Yeah.
When does it? I don't even know how that fucking works in the chicken world. Kind of weird.
Eggs is breakfast.
It's not like the rooster be going out and they're fucking the hens and then all of a sudden they're pregnant. They like fertilize the eggs? How does that fucking I don't even want to do this.
Couldn't tell you.
Thinking
Could
way
not
too
tell
hard
you.
right now. That's too fucked up, dude.
But everybody likes eggs, right?
Yeah.
I do.
Me too.
You know what? It's probably the best food.
In the morning, do I gotta have some eggs?
Someday, have you ever had an egg that's not just a chicken?
What do you mean?
Like not chicken egg, like goose egg or a duck
Oh,
egg or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think I've only had just like chicken.
Some
Nah,
like a,
just
you know in the
regular.
movies when they're in like the fucking dinosaurs or some shit, they get a big ass egg and they're like, oh, and they make a giant fuck. I want that. I want that experience in my life someday.
So
Like,
I
I'm
heard
gonna have
that
to get
I
an
heard that
ostrich or something.
no, I heard ostrich eggs are really hard to crack.
Really?
Yeah. I
I can
forgot
imagine.
I was watching a video on it. I forgot who it was, but they were trying to crack it, and you can't just like hit it and it cracks. Like you have to actually like
Fucking
beat the fuck
smash
out of
that
that,
thing.
beat the fuck out of that thing.
It's
Yeah.
like a coconut.
That's too
Yeah,
funny, man.
it's like a coconut. Yeah.
Someday I'm gonna crack the biggest fucking egg there is. That would be dope as hell. I love it.
I do like eggs.
Hell yeah. Well, boys, we've been going at it for 2 hours here. Let's take a recap real quick. Was there any at the end of our show we always like to do a key takeaways. Um any key takeaways that you guys had? Let's start. Adam, you're the guest. Key
Key
takeaways from our
takeaway.
discussion. Anything that popped out to you that it's gonna made you think a little bit more, or something you're gonna carry away with you from the conversation?
It was good hearing perspectives on respect and how it all ties into, everyday life and just
Yeah.
relationships, because interpersonal relationships are really important to me. And you can't make anything work without some sort of interpersonal relationship. And that
Mhm.
starts with respect. So that's a key takeaway from me.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Sean?
My bad, dog. I've been pulling a blank. What was the question?
What's your key takeaway from the conversation? What stuck with you?
Um, Life is wild, bro. There's a lot going on. Everybody isn't on the same page. And Adam is super dope, and he's only 30, fool. And
I know.
we're 40. Look at him right now.
I know he's killing it.
Thanks.
He's about to drop this coffee thing, and he
Yeah.
hasn't even hit 40, and he doesn't even know what's coming. The next 10 years about to be the best 10 years of his life.
My knees are
yeah.
about to go.
No, like,
They'll
bro,
still be there.
so young.
It just hurts.
No, I know I'm going into my my third chapter in life, and I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
My
Yeah,
30s are gonna be good.
by the time you hit 40, bro, you're gonna be a monster.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
No, you're on a great track, bro. Like your whole upbringing and your whole story, it's a really good story, bro. Like,
Thanks.
Yeah.
and I think 40 is a magical number. Like you already got a head start, but by the time you hit 40, bro, you're gonna be you're gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Ahead of the game.
I think, from 27 to 35, you're at your physical peak, your
Yep.
physical
Hmm.
prime. After that, that's when your mind. That's when you really got to start honing in on making your mind the most peak. Put your mind at peak there.
Hell
Facts.
yeah. Well, I enjoyed the conversation. I definitely appreciate you coming on and joining us and having some fun, bringing your story with you, and enduring our million questions about New York and all the other things that you've experienced in your life. And it's great to hear those perspectives. I always had a good time whenever we have chats. Even tonight when we were locked in on the podcast and trying to stay focused on those things, it's still good to like you always hear something new. So I appreciate that, and it's good to see you finding your way. And I'm happy that you've been able to bounce back. I'll take away your advice about like how you dealt with your hard time, for sure. Getting through something like that. Everybody goes through those seasons, like whatever it
They
was.
don't
That
last.
that was a good conversation. Yeah,
Also,
that part was really good.
bro, we should have you back so we
Yep.
could discuss some like music stuff too.
Listen, I'm always here. I'm always willing. I love doing this stuff. I want to continue my podcast. Logistically, it's just been a little tough on our end with our guys, but it's something I love to do. So anytime you want me here, you know where I live.
Damn right. Let's go. All right, boys. I want to close out. Bring back the quote from Clint Eastwood one more time before we say goodbye to everybody. So respect your efforts, respect yourself. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly under your belt, that's real power. That's Clint Eastwood. I'm Jay Wells. Thank you for tuning into the Markler Project. Protect your heart, protect your mind. Shawn, what else they got to protect?
Protect your pin code.
All right, now we out. Peace.
Thank you.